really have to ask, why are you still there?
Because they pay me. Anyway.
Oh,
Wait,
I see.
how much?
They
how much
pay
they pay?
him $150 per Zeusing session.
No,
Oh, okay.
no. That's not it. It's per month. But I digress.
Oh.
Let's talk about the dev test. To discuss everything, you guys are gonna spawn at a different place than last week. You are going to there's another spawn system for loot, so loot will now spawn on the floor as well. It is using the exact same drop table as the Ravage one with some minor tweaks. So the really rare guns and the launchers, those will only spawn in crates and stuff, because when I used them on the other drop table, they spawned way too common. Plus, that new inventory pool is what the dynamic AI spawn with, and I don't want AI spawning with like M249s, Barrett 50 cals, that sort of shit. There is dynamic AI on the map now. There's a few patrols like throughout the map, so your chances of running into one are slim, but you might run into one. And there is dynamic enemy camps. There's boats, and actually no, there isn't any boats for this one. There's boats in Project 13, and there are dynamic crash sites. So if you go up, it's a scroll wheel option, and like if you loot an enemy camp, like a tent or the crash site, they might have a if you do the scroll wheel option and load it, it'll spawn a box nearby with supplies. It can anything from the military drop table. So it could be some really good shit, it could be some really dumb shit. Zombies now all look different. Animals, there are now 30 dynamically all around the map. So again, you might run into one, you might not. Zombies have a new look in terms of they have a uniform pool now. Rex will spawn a little less, but you're incentivized to look at Rex because there might be some vehicles to find. They'll be pretty battered up, but if you can get one working, cool. And otherwise, I've said we'll do the 45-minute thing. I'm actually going to forego that because I just want to get the loot table underway, and I just want to add the extra dynamic MP thing because I read over again, and I'd rather just have that. So, loot on. And remember, you are all on the same damn team, so please do not PvP tonight compared to last time. Okay? Please.
Yep.
Question.
Okay, question, go.
Are we not supposed to have a map?
Correct.
Okay.
Are we spawning together?
Correct. Yes. You will all spawn together. There will be a tent. Hold, break. You will spawn all together with a tent. The tent will have a few guns, some food, water, backpacks, some stuff to get you started. Again, this is just loot what you can because I'm testing the new drop table mainly and some of the extra features. The AI are going to be turned down to not 90, 35, 50, 50 like I normally do. It's probably going to be 90, 15, 50, 50. I'm going to really turn that accuracy down. When I test it in single player, the AI were pretty fair in my opinion. So it should be the same on a dedicated server. But we'll see. Because that's, again, one of the things we're balancing here. So, yes.
I got another question. What is the end game going to be?
And so there is no end game right now. We're just testing the drop table. So loot what you can. Remember, if you find a tent, you can double click it to deploy it, and that can serve as some extra inventory. Don't pack the tent though, because it might delete the tent. Because it's supposed to give you the item back, but it doesn't. I'm not sure if we can fix that.
Are we set to engineer then medic?
You are all set to medics. You're not all set to engineers. From what I tested, the only thing you need to take from other vehicles is wheels. From the rest, you can use a hose to siphon fuel into gas cans if you can find them, or try to drive them up to a gas station and then use Ace to fuel them. There is also a rare chance of a helicopter spawning. I'm going to make sure that you cannot get one until, like, 45 minutes past, though.
Give me a Pawnee, please.
It is the MD500, so basically an unarmed Pawnee.
Yeah.
How many seats does that have?
Give us Blackfish.
4.
Quite a few.
Fuck this shit, I'm flying off the map.
I'm not
Alright, real quick, any other questions? Because I want to get this test started.
Last ones, you have issues on one lone wolf thing if some people do it, or
You are allowed to go off on your own. Just try not to PvP, because I'm just testing loot tables. Trust me, guys, Project 13, you will be able to PvP all the fuck you want. In fact, that's the point, because you're going to be stealing money from each other.
Mm.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay,
Hooray.
Down to Saucy.
I'm going to push us through.
Alright.
Alright, see you fuckers on the other side.
Low key, just
Wee
Daisy.
wee.
Daisy
I'm going
just
for Scotty.
glorified.
Someone's gonna steal the pistols.
Oh, yo, if you guys gonna fight on
Load up all the guns.
Backpack. God,
I'll
please.
be the useful person that takes all the anti-rad.
All right. How are you guys in chat doing? Yes, we fixed the uniform thing. There was an option buried in Gear Pool that was disabling the ambient stuff for zombies, so we just had to fix that. Let's see. All right, guys, so some of you are immediately running away. All right, but Tent has gear. I would recommend you divide it evenly, so if you go in multiple groups, like one group has a gun, you know, and there's 3 guns, so you can make 3 different groups, but I mean, this is where you are. If you find out where it is on the map, cool. Otherwise, I'll be here if you have any questions.
Gonna get loot today. Fuck.
Beep, beep. Barb, I'm a little messed up.
Just real quick.
I forgot that,
Come with us.
whatchamacallit. Let me, shorten TFAR.
So a
Yeah, no,
Geiger
Team
counter
Seeks
still
box here.
low.
I'm a little messed up right now. I forgot self-employment tax was a thing, so I am in debt to the IRS, and that's no fun, but
Yeah, sure. That'll be
we'll,
I've got one.
I'm just gonna cook that thing off.
A Geiger counter and I got.
We'll get through. We'll get through. I've got 700th approved my idea for a version of Project 13. I'm going to dub it Project 14. I'm not going to ask for funding, though, until I can confirm I can make the zombies do their version of ace damage, because they've completely redone ace to be a bunch of different things. So we'll get there when we get there.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
So yeah, I bring that up because that's just a random wreck, but I might remove the helicopter wrecks now that I have the thingamajig. Oh, this should be good. Alright, so Sniper Wolf making a run for it. He tried to box himself in. Alright, they're still able to hit him, so yeah, I'm probably gonna remove that, wreck texture. Oh dear. He found an IED, you might try to pick that up. Alright, running in without a plan, that can cost you. Alright, 1 second, sorry. You good, Wolf?
Yeah, no, loot works. Like, it was very random, so.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you actually did that, because that just showed me that the I'm gonna get rid of that Huey texture, because even if you climb on top of it, they still go under it and hit you.
Right.
So.
I'm not angry or anything. Just yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Random, you wanted to test the looting. That's all I'm here to do.
All right. Thanks, man. Oh, is this a random patrol? I think that's a random patrol. Yep. All right. Hope I find a pot of gold. Yeah, I'm gonna need that, right?
No.
Is someone chasing you?
Yeah.
But I love that we have the dynamic uniforms. By the way, there's also RHS uniforms on these things, so it's really cool.
Alright, so for some reason, I cannot...
Oi.
I...
Great, you missed.
I got a pack. Got a pack now.
What's up, Frisk?
I got a pack.
Oh.
Nice, I guess.
Yeah, so there's stuff definitely dynamically spawning. What I'm curious about is it exponentially spawning per player? Because I'm seeing a lot of additional stuff spawning, but that might also be because when they loot something, it adjusts. Now this horde's starting to come over. I love the CVRN guys too. I mean, it looks great. Like we got the frickin' zombie ghillie suit guys. We could probably use Ravage to be like, you know, clone trooper stuff too. There's so many possibilities with the framework I'm trying to build. Yeah, so we got this dynamic patrol right here. I think they're supposed to be going like back and forth, so I'll try editing their drop table here. Yeah, so Slushy's still here. He's gonna start getting smacked. He's getting chased by a press zombie. It's going well, GT. I did ask Drum to come and watch, but I think he started streaming when I asked him like 90 minutes ago. So we'll see how things go. Because Drum, he's the head honcho of the 506. He's the guy that originally had this idea. Oh yeah, no. I think this is dynamically spawning per player. Because I'm seeing piles of loot spawn on top of each other. And again, is that charge arm? No, it's not. So I might switch the spawn table to be global instead. But we'll see. Still a lot of testing that needs to be done. But yeah, this is with 25 players. Oh, poor Main Jay's running into the ocean to try to get away. Meanwhile, these guys are running through the zombies. So if the zombies are going to compile this much, I might turn it down from 15 to 10. Because even though the bolter ratio is only 20%, it does get a little messy here. And you just saw some of the zombies break aggro and then regain it. But it also has to do with, this was a pretty spawn, so that's something I got to consider as well. These guys are running into buildings trying to find anything good. That's a thing of, that was anti-radiation pills. Let's see if there's any difference here. And I do have, again, the 40k project is going to be a possibility. I just have to look into how I'm going to make the zombies do their version of ace damage. So that'll be a little bit of an experiment. But yeah, no, there was definitely multiple piles of gear spawning. So I'll have to... There's an option I can tick where it just spawns once all over the world. And I might have to do that instead. That's okay. That's what testing's for. So I am going to actually start writing stuff on sticky notes for this test. So let's see. Turn zombie spawn down. Which is funny, because they spawned, even when groups of people came, they only spawned as 5 zombies per group. So when this was set to 15... This is definitely more than 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, it's like 20 to 25. So I'm going to go for the equilibrium number, and we're going to test... I'm going to test 8 for the next test. Set... I'm going to write down, set the van test drop to global, but this does mean I will need an extra test. But it looks like Zope and Silver were able to evade the zombies that were hunting them, so that's good. And we have Jason and Frost that have also run over. And Main J is still, he's swimming in the water. He's going to swim back, though. And this crowd's sticking to the coast as more zombies spawn. So again, I'll be teleporting around, trying to have a listen. We're probably going to run this dev test for about another hour and a half, give or take. Yeah, I can have it make boats. I was debating about doing that, but you know what? We're actually going to do that. We're going to add boats to Project 12. It's going to be a dynamic random thing, but we'll see how that goes. I do like how 2 of them did spawn in as paramedics here, but let's make that work. I gotta remember, where did I put the box of medical for this area? Could be one of many places. Might be the back corner? No? Oh wow, it did spawn a medikit up there. So at least it makes looting the entire hospital an idea. Yeah, floating Alice pack. The loot offset is really hard to deal with because there's no medium to it. Because no matter where you look, loot's going to spawn. Like, I could probably lower it another, like, 0.2 meters, but some of it will just spawn way too high and some of it too low, and the wrecks are pretty funny. Let's see, so Gingerbread's already in here. He's going through stuff. That's a splint, okay. Now, if we look on the map dynamically, I still have where I'm going to have TSB and 506 spawn. I might change the 506 spawn to something else because this bottleneck might be a little too difficult. I might go for something more open like I did the T3 TSB spawn. Also, I'm curious to see if anything spawns in here with the Vanderson mod. I don't think it does. I'm not seeing anything. Big Boss is right next to it. I mean, he already got a helmet too, so with what the new drop table is doing with that loot compounding, it's a little messy. But this also does mean that This just means it's going to be a better loot test. You guys are trying to repair that Vig, and it does have a decent amount of fuel. Corporal Hardcore is going a different route. He's alone in this lumber mill. See, yeah, so one, not lumber mill, Jesus, no, quarry. But, you know, this is the amount of zombies I'd want to spawn. Looks like Slushy died. To what? I don't know. I don't see his body. I mean, we still have Sniper Wolves right there, right? That is his body previously, yep. So where's...
Let's give him a warm.
He was down here, right? I thought he was. Nah, that looks like his body. Yep, so he was up there. Never mind. It's a UAV terminal, Keck. But yeah, the loot test is kinda out of the bat here. So I might shorten this test a little to be only like an hour and a half long, but got a good amount of stuff. Now Zope's, he's found the, renegade guys. They just made him aggro. I, for the life of me, cannot find where I moved that box. Oh, here it is. It's behind the fucking receptionist. Yeah, those gunshots are going to attract these zombies too, so there's a little bit of issues going back and forth here. Let me read chat a little more. Yeah, it's because I couldn't spawn the boxes into here because they get armored, so I just moved them. All right. I have gone into the water and seen that it is irradiated, but it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. So I can't do anything about these zombies that spawn in the water, unfortunately.
Yeah, I found a lot of stuff and there's bad guys over there with guns.
Yeah, on the bright side, they're attracting all the zombies. And otherwise, I think they ran over a zombie and they're taking, yeah, they're taking wheels off that Vic. See, if the zombies, they're like this. Oh my god, Jason's just running over the Zeds.
What if you got killed? Hello?
Hello?
What's up?
Wolf's over here. He's found a shotgun.
Fucking murdered?
Not really?
What's up? I got a shotgun with 1 bullet. Yep. You're pretty fucked up, my dude.
Yeah, I had a bad time.
Yeah, I just swam I died once in the military camp, and then I swam over here from the start. Very long swim. Would not recommend.
You really got fucked up. You look like you.
Top sirloin or chicken thighs? I would take sirloin over fries every time.
Who's got the shotgun? I think I got shotgun shells for
Trying
you.
to see if one of these guys got killed by zombies. So I can
Did he just have the option to loot? Hey, wait, one sec. Hey, voice of God. Did you just have an option to loot that zombie?
One of them, yeah.
Okay, cool, that's working. Thank you. That's all I need to know.
Heads up, by the way, if you have no stamina and you get in a vehicle, it gives you full stamina.
That I don't think I can fix that because that's an ace thing.
Also, how do I use the refill cans and all that?
You would double click next to it.
Next to it. Alright, thank you.
No problem. Okay, so zombie loot works. It's just a 5% chance. Let me look at my other notepads here. Yeah, all right, I can throw those out. I have a notepad system, so I take notes and recall everything.
Dude, I can fucking run him over, dude. How accurate
Fucking
are they?
kill him.
How
Fucking
accurate
kill
are
him.
they? Get out of the car. I'm gonna run him over. Get out of the car. I'm gonna
Get
run
out
him
of the car! I have a black toolkit. Let me see if I can fix that. Or not.
At least.
Jesus Christ.
They're fucking dead.
I forgot to set this.
Contact, soldier. Cannot comply. Reloading.
Fucking sniper wolf. Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to turn down vehicle wrecks or something, because that's a bit meta ridiculous if you ask me. Fucking Corporal Hardcore, he's pretty geared up though. But yeah, the loot table I'm definitely have to turn down. Oh, hey Bay, how are you? Yeah, Zope's prone or unconscious right there. He's unconscious. Yeah, I can just turn down the loot table. Things should be good. These guys have been just running over zombies to farm them. They've been slowly looting bodies and stuff. So what I need to do in that case is find a way... turn the VIX down. And how I can do that is I can just spawn a bunch of class names extra to make the Rec's a lot more prominent, and the Vic's a lot less common. Yeah, I'll have to look into that if there's a mod that can mess up the Vic when it runs people over. Let me add that to the thing. Mod that damage Vic's run. Alright, so I got 2 tiers of sticky notes now. But you know, this is what a dev test is. You see how I don't think I can fix that. That's that is just a random spawn, but this that's yeah, I can't fix that. Well, I was waiting for the time to use them. So I wonder if they're filling this with spare wheels or something. But yeah, loot table has been made a little too OP. Hold on, don't shoot him. I made a copy of you. I want to see what type of bandage you have. Oh, god damn it.
What? Are they not
Yeah,
working?
so there's a version of the bandage that is part of the VG mod that's not usable. I blacklisted it, but it's still spawning, so I gotta look into that.
Can I trade it in for something right now?
Yeah, one sec.
Yeah. Boys, come over here. Bandages are broken. Bandages are broken.
No, they're not broken. There's just one bandage and one blood bag in the mod that don't work, and it's the one with the texture you've never seen before. I have them blacklisted, but they're still spawning. Hence why we do these. Yep.
The man in the white shirt with the helmet, yeah, he had 30 magazines for his MP5.
Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, no, these things are
Holy
ridiculous.
Jesus! This
Yeah, I had
guy's
17
inventory.
mags. I had 17 mags. Yep, all these guys are ridiculous loot.
I'll have to look into why it's doing that.
Yeah, but thanks, I have a lot of ammo and grand ammo, but I could also use some bandages, please.
Yeah, one second, I'm grabbing them.
Thank you.
Honey, let me spend it, dude? Where's the strip club?
Fuck yeah, bro, I got a fuck ton of money. About to buy me some hose.
Here, I saw you had 4. Here's a medical box with 4. I'm gonna go check the inventories of some of the AI. I think I know why it's causing it, because it's executing client-side instead of server. I have no idea how I'm gonna fix that, though, so I'll be RB.
Well, I'm gonna be fair, they're not all full mags, but
Yeah, no, they're partials, so
yeah, they're very partial.
I'll have to check why it's doing that.
Is the vehicle still good, Sniper?
I don't know, I didn't touch it.
I don't know. I heard.
So that was a patrol guy. So where's another patrol? I think I only have it set to 1. Alright, let me write that one down. Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Rainbows and beer.
I'm not even going to look at my screen, but I'm going to guess that was Grizzly. Yep, titties and beer. How you doing, Grizz? Thanks for the 16-month resub. Man, it's been a while. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this one. Here, if you guys want to help me out, could you guys quickly look on the Steam Workshop? Wow, 2 helicopters spawning right next to each other. Could you see if there is a rec mod, or not a rec mod, but a mod that adds ace damage to vehicles when you hit stuff? Because that would be something I need to work on here. Wait, why is Bloodwind talking about fleshlights? So I'm going to look around on the zombie bodies, see if I can, Actually, there's a place where a bunch of bodies are. Looks like some of them have dynamically gone away, so... I want to see if I can... I just want to see how the zombie looting works for myself. That's a actual body. What map is this? It's Gulf Coast, honey. Ah, so there we go. Yep, so it's a random. It's a 5% chance, so at least we know that's working. That's the horny. Oh, yeah, you had to correct that? Okay, yep. Thanks, Boo. And I do have a body deletion script, but it looks like it's not taking care of the bodies. Oh, it's Barb. Well, Barb's always horny, so it's fine. So realistically, if I wanted to keep performance up, I could definitely delete the ZEI settings I've put into here because, as you can see, it's spawning just fine without those, without these features. No, the stream doesn't censor chat. It might censor bad words, but I know the push to talk or push to speech, her voice, she'll, censor shit. If anything, I might get to Slushy and ask him to, meant to blow that up, but instead I delete it. But I might ask him to customize the vehicles to see if we can add any ace damage procs. But yeah, I wanna turn down the vehicle spawn rates because it's very high, and it's just because it's pulling from a school of class names.
There's a Bloodwing in chat. How's things?
Stone, thanks for the hundo. Bloodwing, if you're in chat. Stone saying hello. Stone's my sugar daddy. He's the one that helps keep the lights on when I'm desperate. Ah. Thank you, Stone, as always. Okay, so there is loot in this building. It's just on the ledges. That's... Okay, no, so it does spawn in. So I might go and delete all those ZEI procs on the hospital. At the same time, I might keep them depending on frames. How are frames, by the way? It's a little tight right now at 23 to 24, but they're branched out in multiple different areas, so it makes sense. Plus, I'll be turning the zombie spawn rate down to about 10. Is this joinable or no? So with all the projects I have lined up, Project 12, which is what we're testing right now, is going to be a TSB T3 exclusive and a 506 Secret Squirrel exclusive. Project 13 is going to be open to everyone. He probably needs to start killing people. Then again, he only has a single shotgun. That's going to be a TSB exclusive one-off. Project 14, which I'm developing the framework of right now, is going to be a 700th one-off. That's going to be like their entire Saturday slot. That has a little bit of fuel in it. That's just... Ay. I gotta force the rec template to turn those down. And then I might do a 15th project that takes Project 12 and makes it into a TSB, like, Tier 2 event. We'll see. But, you know, setting up more projects, I'll get funding for them, put up the D goals. But for now, I want to focus on Project 12 and Project 13. And then from there, we'll go up to Project 15. Someone put a random IED on the road. I love it. But yeah, so I got to change the loot system. So we're probably going to have another test tomorrow. I'll have to check TSB's schedule, but I need to retest the gear pool. But so far, we've already gotten a good chunk of information here. It's not letting me scroll up chat. Alright. Sorry, looking through the server log to see if there's anything bad. There was not, so that's cool. Whoop, my camera just went wonky. I don't think there would be anything that spawns on this oil derelict. It might because of the new loot system, but because it's a custom building, I doubt it. So yeah, based off of how common guns are and how common vehicles are, the zombie spawn-in seems balanced. Like, I will admit, this is probably how I want loot for Project 13 to go. But not necessarily Project 12. It needs to be turned down. Vehicles, again, definitely need to be turned down, because it's just a source of you can run people over and shit. AI patrols, I know for Project 13 are going to be turned up, but for Project 12, I'll probably keep it like 3 or 4. Also, I got with Drum, he said he didn't want that many roleplay elements, he just wanted pure survival, which is fine. But yeah, I definitely need to add a lot of proxies to the rec pool. And remove the helicopters, because we have dynamic helicopter recs anyway. Wolf?
Check.
Yeah, check.
Okay, cool. It's missing the audio blooper sounds.
I think that's on your end, because I'm getting them just fine.
Oh, whatever. Works good enough.
KK. What do they have in there? They got spare wheels in there. Okay. So how are you guys doing? We got a second. I'm gonna talk to you guys. I'm just looking at the loot pools. What I do like about this new loot system is it's filling in the gaps for what buildings that Ravage itself doesn't make lootable, so that's really nice. Well, I know we're always bullying Barb. That's like a requirement. So yeah, we weren't finding any loot here because the players weren't close enough, but now that they're close enough, there is indeed loot in here, so... Already got a good amount of notes from this dev test. And again, we're probably going to be doing dev tests all throughout the next 2 weeks. So I'll run the changes after I conclude this dev test. I made myself some Korean iced coffee. So I'll be up for a while. I'm probably going to get rid of the hatchback sport. It's just too maneuverable. But I got to look for, you know, what other vehicles I'm going to quote-unquote cut in order to rebalance the wreck pool. At least some bull. Oh, Jesus, Barb. Yeah, there's zombies literally spawning around me, and this is a save zone. I still don't know why they do that. For ace vehicle damage, that's alright. I mean, I could also just... again, if I, like, massively turn down the spawn rate of vehicles themselves, it should be okay. These guys actually fly the Huey up there? No, they didn't. They took the Vic. I mean, in terms of what I've seen from the drop pool, everything's A-okay. But yeah, having a Vic, you know, I mean, they can just kill everything, and the down drop rates are making things a little messy. So again, current feedback I have, turn zombie spawn rate down to 8. I'm going to actually turn that down to 10 instead of 15. Because I feel like the zombie count is fine, but we'll again tweak it in the next test. Set drop rates to global. Add boats to Project 12. Check out water radiation. Remove heli wrecks. God, I am out of it. When I have coffee, my hand gets really shaky, so I can't even read my own writing right now. Turn Vic rates down. Looting zombies works, that's what it says. Mod that damages vehicles when running them over. And patrol AI have too much ammo. Global looting might have a performance hit. I agree with that, but that's the only solution we're going to have. And plus, the pool will only spawn in. It's like ZEI. Technically, all the buildings are keyed to have ZEI spawns, if they can. but they'll only dynamically spawn when the players get close. At least that's how the system's supposed to work. So I might have to just do that because I have to have it be a server trigger. Otherwise, there's just way too much loot. Oh yeah, Skyrim music plays really well for this stuff. Just calm, relaxing. Makes you enjoy life. You gotta also remember, at least for Project 12, the players are going to be together. It's going to be one group of like 8 at most. Maybe TSB T3s, we might get as much as 12 for a day, but I know for 506 it's going to be probably up to 8. For Project 13, Bozkata is about the size of this island, maybe a little more. Let me look at the size comparison. It's honestly about the same. I would say that, and this small island is like what Bozkata is. It's a 20 by 20 map, but the landmass is actually pretty limited. So, you know, that will be a bit more framey, sure, but, you know, we'll do dynamic testing for that when we get there. But I know Drum wants this to be more hardcore, so I gotta consider how to make it hardcore. Because he wants loot to be a lot less common. Let me also, okay, so the briefing worked this time. That's good, because I remember that was an issue last test. And then again, we'll probably have like 2 more test runs with Project 12. Realistically, probably another 3 or 4. But I want to get that finished up by next week, mid-next week. And then there'll be a few test runs for Project 13. That'll be finished by late June to be run in July, because it's going to be run after Project 11 concludes. Will you make a separate 506 and TSB file? Yes, because 506 runs TFAR beta, and if you try to put the regular TFAR code names, or class names, excuse me, in a file for beta, it says depreciated, and you can't use those items. So because of that, I will have to put separate names, but everything else is going to stay the same. So in theory, they are going to be 2 near identical mission files, even to the point where you will see the AR-15s we use in TSP main. Those will be ported over for the 506 to use. What am I going to do with survivor groups? What do you mean? So here's the deal. The mission files aren't going to... So we're not going to take the T3s and run them with the 506 on one server. The T3s one is going to run on their Sunday slot, and the 506 run is going to run on their Wednesday slot bi-weekly. TSB, it's for the T3s, it's going to be 2 weeks will be this, and then 1 week will be their one-off, and then another 2 weeks of this, because that's how their schedule works. But the 506 will start first. Alright, I'm gonna walk up this bridge 20 times. Yeah, no problem.
Well, it's just a map.
Yeah. Yeah, leave it to sniper, right? What sucks is I wanted to hide some of these bridges, but I couldn't because they're built into the map itself. So there's nothing I can really do about that. So this was the spot he fell in, more or less. Just gonna run around it a few times. He could have desynced through as well. If that's the case, there's nothing I can really do about that. Looks like his body did eventually delete, actually. So the dynamic deletion is working. Yep. Oh, yeah, it definitely is. It just takes a little while, which is fine, I guess. Hey, Boo, thanks for dropping by. We're going to have a great time Saturday. We're just going to chill, relax, have fun. I don't think I wrote that down. Vanilla bandage and blood still in black. If they're already written in the blacklist, though, I have no idea how I'm going to prevent them from
Right.
still being in the damn
more
thing.
what I found explosive-wise into here.
Surprised it took that long from the bleed out.
Yeah, no, it took him this long to fall out of the car. He's been dead in the car for a while.
Okay, well, where are we heading to?
I mean, I've got an Android, so.
Seriously?
Yeah.
All right.
We're in Hobe Sound.
I hope that I get permission to demolition something, because I have so much.
Let's
I mean, the drop table's working fine, just I want that to be a little harder, you know?
Airfield.
Like,
Southwest.
I still don't have a map.
we'll see how
All
things
right,
go,
okay.
but I gotta dynamically,
All right,
Give me
I'll get
another
up.
claymore.
there's still a lot of things I gotta work with here.
Yeah, I've got an Android, so it's great.
What direction's the military base from here?
Southwest. Just
We
start
test
heading
because
out.
we don't want a
There's
repeat of
road behind
chemical
the church.
warfare.
Hang on.
Just follow which direction we're gonna go.
Now, hang on. Come here. Audrey!
I have an Android, so I can guide us.
I'm gonna look into darter drones because that's like the 4th darter drone I've seen. And even then, there's supposed to be a military drop. So they say that military stuff only spawns in military buildings, but I have seen military stuff spawn in civilian. So I'm gonna recheck that backpack pool and see what's up. How long do I intend to test Project 12 and Project 13? I intend on Project 12's testing being finished next week. And then Project 13's testing will only take another week. Because really, since they're going to be using the same drop tables, it's we're technically testing both scenarios right now, just in different ways. Because once we get the once we figure out the loot tables, then we'll be a-okay. So if you guys want to come and join TSB, these tests are open to any TSB member, including T0s, which are the equivalent of, hey, I just came on, you know, give me my little introduction, boom, there's my T0 rank, and then that's it. Test days so far are going to be early Saturday mornings at like 9 a.m. and Tuesday nights at 10:30, and then I might also do something Wednesday or Thursday if I can find it in the schedule, but I'll literally announce them like the day before, the day of, if it's intended to be like a late night test or an early morning test. I mean, for the fact they've all spawned in different places and they're going in a bunch of different areas, the frames near the 30 mark is actually pretty amazing, considering that the loot is also spawning like right on top of each other. So if I just set it to 1 trigger on global, then the frames should jump up a bit. Nah, Finger, I usually keep the server performance pretty well. It's just you have to understand where your server limitation is and what you can do with everything. But I'm seeing a little lack of zombies here. I don't think it's because they've hit the global limit. But yeah, that damn hatchback sport, I'm gonna write a note. I mean, this is also easier because they're not allowed to PvP with each other, and that vehicle would fix that issue. Because, yeah, he's just running them all over. Alright, I'm actually going to tab out real quick and... Vehicle... There's a video on how to use set hit and how to damage vehicle parts. Okay. I would just have to make a script that applies that to all vehicles that spawn in, and that's something I don't really know how to do. Lovely. Cyber, usually I do get good frames in ops. It's just there will be certain scenarios you play in Arma 3 where you can almost guarantee you will not get good performance. It's really just luck of the draw. But if you play on a map like Fallujah, for example, you're not getting good frames on that. You're probably going to get 25 for most of it. Just how it is. If you're running a 70-person mission, you are not getting more than 30 frames. If you're running a 60-person mission, your frame count's going to really just be entirely dependent on your mission maker, Zeus, and how good they are. Yeah, right, Iron. I think they're having a good time, though. How did these two... Did they finally use a helicopter? No, they just drove. Cack. That one even had something for him. Yeah, no, this loot test was technically a failure because of the settings, but it's an easy fix. And I will change it for next week.
Oh, you're shitting me. Oh, you are abs. Oh, you're abs.
It has the wrong missile type! Oh, that's beautiful.
Flashy.
See, that's weird, though, because I wrote launchers out. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably put something in those categories. No, it's the right rocket. Right in blank. Or because it's still calling on certain things for arrays, so I need to fix that somehow. Yeah, so we just gave Slushy some shit. I thought it was a Titan missile, but it's just poorly textured, so. Someone found a ghillie suit. No ammo for his pistol, though, and these two guys are running. So I would say the loot is probably going to be balanced when I make the proper changes, but till then... Just too dynamic right now.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Just threw a grenade to kill that Zumbini. But yeah, I mean, the frames are also a little tanky because two people, like, there's two groups literally on the opposite sides of the map right now. So the fact that we have a dynamic scenario and wow, that's incredible. We're in the middle of two groups and a centralized group, literally taking up a 20 by 20 kilometer map that's massive, and we're over 35 frames on top of a loot array that's going crazy. So, and this is all on Ultra, and even with that button ticked right there. That's amazing. And I'm going to write down... to add the dynamic scenario mod I was looking into. Yeah, no, there is going to be an occasional dip to the 20s. That's probably going to be when, like, zombies spawn in a new area or something. You know? Send in Goat Team 6 now. Oh, Siri didn't want to say, oh, dev stuff. Oh, well. Degs, thanks for the 14-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you're getting a kick out of this one. There's a folded tent in there. And I do want to test Helicopter Rex. I'm going to grab one of these AI, and I'm going to put him by the players to activate him, because I want to see if the activation is what's causing those scripts.
On the way.
Hardcore.
On the way.
Send in. So it looks like they have to actively get to the site to spawn. That's how the trigger works. Activation distance is 500 meters. But it looks like that's if they're tied there.
Hardcore.
In fact, thanks for the 6-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the ops, and I hope you're getting a kick out of this. Alright, I'm scared to look at this. Yeah, so there's a big lack of military guns.
Slushy, I found an Igla.
Nice. I've a map in the car. I've got an Android.
Okay.
I'm gonna check the military gun drop table. Because I think something's broken in it, because I haven't seen any military guns off the dynamic one. It's all been like Mosins and shit. So I think the civilian pool's bleeding into the military one. I'm not sure if we can fix that. But I mean, the vests, that's a military vest, so that's working fine. Those rockets should not be spawning. Again, I gotta fill the blank arrays. I'm probably gonna put like a basic bandage in, so it'll increase medical loot. I guess technically, if I wanted things to be more balanced, I could turn down the chem lights because I have every single type of chem light down. But yeah, that's a second military exclusive vest. It's a military helmet, so I think, yeah, something's wrong with the military gun spawn config. Because the vests are the same multiplier as the, whatchamacallit. All the other loot except medical and general loot's turned up by a factor of general loot's up by 2 and medical loot's up by 3. That's another military helmet. That's a civilian skater helmet.
Hardcore.
Yeah, the military spawns are a bit iffy. Yeah, he found a Moz, but yeah, that's the new spawn loot system. It's a military mag, but that's in the common item pool. But I'm not seeing a single military gun, which is really suspicious because of the loot table. There's the third vest, there's another launcher, like... You know what I mean? Like, something's probably wrong with another vest. Yeah, there's something broken with the array. Because there is not a single military gun in here, which, you know, that's... I intend for that to actually be a thing, but, you know, in comparison to what else is here... That's an issue. But yeah, those launchers are not supposed to be there. So I can't leave that array blank like it tells me to. I have to do that. Or I could literally copy and paste them into the blacklist and let the other spawn system do it.
There's a field pack in here. Do you have a backpack?
Yeah, I have tactical bag. That was mine, I think.
I have a field pack in here.
Yeah, I know. By the way.
Yeah, they gotta land that thing because they're running out of fuel. I wonder where they took it from. But yeah, the launcher spawn is ridiculous. Because that's not supposed to be a thing. But I think that's because, again, just the loot tables being silly. Is that an AR-15 or an actual military gun?
You're my prisoner now.
I need my
I'd be willing to bet that's an AR-15. Yep. So that's a civilian gun.
Don't fucking walk away, dude. I'm trying to work on it.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to see if there's any bandages on these things.
Hey, I need to get myself packed.
Wow.
So,
No wonder I am hurt.
I wrote that down right. Check.
Yo.
Come get me.
Yeah, check military gun.
I'm being worked on.
Got a doctor's appointment right now.
There's an IED inside the hangar. I'm not sure if it's placed or not.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. The only one I
tinfoil hat
placed
works.
besides the one that blew us up is over that way.
What do you mean beside the... Did they blow themselves up with the IED?
Alright, I think I can move now.
Yeah, and the mine spawning that often is because of the drop table too.
Release my cable ties, would you?
I am so surprised I lived. Like, holy crap.
Ooh, it felt a little framey over here.
Here, I'll pack you.
That's because there's a shit ton of zombies spawning.
No, you were perfectly fine.
Ugh, fucking hell.
Yeah, that was not good. Alright. Turns out, if a zombie bum rushes your IED, it will blow you up.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I wonder how well that worked out for me.
Yeah, yeah. It will blow you up doubly so if it's a large
I'm good,
IED.
I've had myself, so.
tactical beacon. Oh, does anyone have a
Yeah,
12
there's
gauge
something broken in the military array.
Tell me someone has a 12 gauge shotgun.
Oh, there's an Eddie! There's an Eddie! There's SSW kit, or SSWT kit, excuse me. I put that in just to troll. Spare tire, purification tablets. Like, this is the loot you would expect if the world just, you know, went to shit, but it's, again, supposed to be after, like, 2 years. That's a splint. Yeah. But yeah, this is a Gulf Coast building, and I'm not seeing anything spawn it because just the arrays aren't defined.
Before we exploded, did Undead and Iota survive?
They survived somehow.
Wow.
You
they
guys
were
exploded,
closer than-
right? Yeah, they were. Yeah, like I think.
Oh,
I
we
think
ran through here.
it's weird.
You ran through that and it just exploded.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Just do a drop surrounded by zombies. What do you mean by that? I can't spawn the zombies in. Yeah, these guys are having fun just going around shooting the zombies now.
Let's give him a
Again, I think this would be a good drop table for Project 13. Maybe tweaked a little less so gear is a little harder to get, but this is good to see nonetheless. That's another AR-15, I'm willing to bet. Yeah, no, the military table's broken. Ah! I'll have to look into that, code by code, piece by piece. See, so if you see right here, since he's an individual, you're not seeing those weird piles of loot, like where you see a backpack and something else, because that loot is literally client-side. Well, except right there. But even then, the amount of things it's ticking is way too much, so I might lower the spawn rate itself by 5, but I'm not going to make that call until I make the adjustment on the loot table itself. Oh. 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 I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so fun fact, past 2 weeks has been super fucking stressful because my tax guy has been like really back and forth about everything. He finally got the numbers back to me. Fuck, I was right. I was fucking right. He gave me my final numbers. It's actually less than what I originally thought. Thank God, because he started telling me it would be more because of self-employment tax and stuff, but we didn't write off my expenses yet, and I thought I'd be in a lot more debt than that. Oh, thank fuck. Okay. I still owe a few grand, but it's not ridiculous like what I thought it was. Thank fuck. Sorry. That's literally the difference in those numbers is me being screwed till next tax season and what? Okay. Sorry. Fucking float 90. I don't know. Oh, huge weight off my shoulders. Huge weight off my shoulders. I'm happy. I'm a happy wee woo. It's let me do some math in my head. It is like a 5K difference. That's big right now because I don't have that much because COVID destroyed a lot of my shit.
Medic! Medic! Trust him.
Medic!
No, medic here.
Oh my God, there's so many people dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, back.
Frost is okay. It's
Give me back.
Frost. Yeah.
Don't go towards the
It's
light.
just a scrape wound. You'll be
I
fine.
ended me up with the gun.
Fine.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's
Where'd you find a Gustav?
So
How the fuck did you find
Yeah,
an anti-air hardcore?
Back. You think that's the worst thing? Look what Homebrew's carrying.
Hardcore, take this. Hardcore, take this.
He's getting them all.
Hey, wait. Does anybody have a 12 gauge shotgun? I need it.
He's got a fucking Igla.
Wait, guys, does anybody have a 12 gauge shotgun? Please.
I do.
I need it right now.
He's got HE rounds.
Okay, we found Doomsday
All
round.
right, guys, if you have tents, deploy them and start putting your stuff in the tents.
Hardcore, come in.
Can we heal these people or?
I am. I just had to handle 2 TPs because people can't listen.
Damn it, it's not compatible.
Heads up.
It's the other round. It's the 8-rounder.
It's even better.
How was your run?
I have an aim.
Oh look, it's a car.
Where are our tent go?
Oh yeah,
Can you stop
back
me?
only just got his gun just.
What is that, Frost?
Do I bring you a sacrifice?
Yeah,
It is on the ground.
I've had this most of the time with like
Does the
15,
card
12
count
max
as a
and
tent?
So we ended up going that way, and then
I found
across
4
the bridge
UAV darts and then the
all the
86
way
arrow line.
across to the other island. How about you?
We,
You find fucking.
I got a C-tab as well.
Well,
How do you sit on a
ah,
tent? How do you sit on a
nice.
tent?
I swam to
How do you
see-
sit on a
Where's
tent?
my
Yes.
truck?
Why does people already start stealing shit from our way?
All right, guys, I got cargo boxes down. Please deploy all your stuff. I just want to take a look. I will admit drops are already kind of screwed because the loot system for the new loot decided to calculate for every single player in the area instead of dynamically. So there's another system I can test where the server just does it all at a single trigger. So that should cut down on the amount of loot. Furthermore, military guns didn't spawn. I suspect there's something broken in the array.
It literally doesn't matter. He's not saving it for next time.
There is no loot saving. These are tests.
Anyone else find a bank note?
Either nothing
Yeah, I found
spawned
that.
or it was completely picked clean, that area to the, oh, I don't have a compass.
It does say on the map, guys, if you look under tasks, that the Gulf Coast buildings won't spawn anything.
Oh, yeah, one thing I'm gonna do just to confirm. Liru,
don't forget to
I'm
empty
gonna
the
grab
Vic.
a Tiger gun.
All right, real quick, who found the M4?
Audrey.
Found an AR.
Where's Audrey? Yeah, so the ARs are in the civilian drop pool. I don't care about those. Who found the M4 and where'd you find it?
That was Audrey, and that was from
Mouse?
the Arma 2 barracks building. On
Was it
base.
on the floor or was it in something?
On the floor.
Okay, so military loot does spawn. It's just ridiculously rare. Cool.
Well, like, I
Liru,
went to the,
the military base we were in was full of military loot, so Igla,
Well,
Mod,
okay, yeah.
IED.
I care about the guns only right now.
Okay, I found an M4.
Okay.
Well,
Did you find the AA launcher?
I felt
I
like there was
found
a lot of
doomsday rounds.
Just let me know if this works.
Yeah, no, I'll read through my list when we index. I'm just trying to take a look at just making sure this reflects everything. So virus injectors.
Yeah, there's still stuff in the car. Give us a second to empty.
Oh, you can keep the loot in the car because I'm checking in there too. Don't worry, it's another cargo box.
I've just been emptying the car out. So.
Yeah, that's fine.
We got a perfectly working car.
Since why do civilians have fucking anti-tank landmines?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. All right, trust me. Like, there's a few things that I've realized from this drop test.
Confirm it, Liru, by the way. Rod is working, it's just ridiculously slow.
What's working?
Rod exposure for water is working, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's at 15 rides a second. I think that's just not enough to kill people, which is fine.
I mean, I literally swam from here to there and I was fine.
Yeah.
I swam to it first thing.
It's just because it's too low, Cypress.
Yeah, are we done there?
I'm gonna ask that we all stay for index because I want to debrief you guys individually for feedback.
Oh.
Are we talking about the one?
Give me that feedback.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You know, I can just when I ask for it in the Zeus feedback channel, you can post it there. Okay.
One up there that's like anti-torque and instruments are gone and it barely.
All right, I've seen everything I need.
Still flyable.
Yeah, we flew it.
Oh my word.
Where was the helicopter? Or did it not spawn?
Someone did fly a helicopter around in the end, just ran out of fuel real quick because you gotta siphon fuel to put it in there.
That's hilarious.
Alright, it's gonna be just a second, guys. I gotta organize my notes here.
Notes? How professional.
Also, I heard multiple explosions. Who kept killing themselves with explosives?
Sometimes when you go near a Vic, the Vic will spawn in something and explode because dynamic.
Yeah, I heard a lot of explosions.
So I'm gonna quickly put up feedback because I know some people want to leave early and they can put their feedback there. I asked though if you're staying in here, please listen to what I've already written down so I don't have anything that's redundant. Okay, so before you post in there, and we, I'll have you write your feedback in that channel and make it easier. Here's what I wrote down. So first off, you guys noticed that there was a lot of like IED loot. There's a lot of launcher loot, that sort of thing. That's not supposed to be there. It apparently, if I leave those array sections blank, it'll just pull from the entirety of the game. So I'm gonna just put like bandage spawns in there to basically prevent that from spawning because those are supposed to be like super rare items. That's not going to be grabbed. Real quick, just light up your mic. Who found a blood bag with a texture they'd never seen before that just said blood bag and didn't give a number of how many milliliters? And or who found a bandage that looked like the vanilla bandage icon that you would find on the ground that you have, like, that's not compatible with Ace? All right, a few of you. So that item's on the blacklist. I have no idea why it's spawning. Did you find it on the did you find it on an AI or did you just find it?
Both.
Both.
Both, I think.
I found it in 3 different places: an AI, a random floor loot, and one of the searchable like interactions.
I'll have to check why that's not showing up on my blacklist. So fuck me, I guess. Let's see. Oh shit! I meant to teleport us all to a helicopter to see if we could all loot that, or if it was just one person. I'll do that next time. Whatever. I'm gonna add the dynamic scenario mod, so next time we test this, we'll be like logging in and out randomly to see if it registers because it's supposed to. I gotta check the military gun table because 2 M4s for like 8 vests is stupid. So I want to see if I can edit that rate. I'm going to turn the zombie spawn down from 15 per player to 10. Try to cut down on that a little bit because I'm trying to find the right ratio. Because what happened in the first test was we put it to 5, and it only spawned like 5 zombies per group of players. Yet when I turned it up to 15 here, it seemed to actually scale this time, and we would have hordes of like 30 to 40 at times. So I don't fucking know. We're just going to find the right ratio for that. Let's see. If you notice the new drop table, which spawns stuff on the floor, if multiple people were there, multiple items spawned in a position. I'm going to fix that with a different type of spawn setting for the next test, because loot was way too easy to get. We might have this type of loot system for Project 13, but not for Project 12. Project 12 is supposed to be, years after the infection, blah, blah, blah. Loot's supposed to be rare as shit, so gotta test that. I'm going to add a few boats for next time. I'm going to check out water radiation, but probably not going to be able to do anything about that without re-hard coding the mod, so /A. Send in goat 6 now. Just to confirm,
Love
some
the
of you were
VODs,
able,
Liru.
just cue your
Keep
mic
up
if you
the
were able
good
to loot a
work.
zombie body. Yeah, okay, so it's set to 5% possibility, so I'm glad that's working. That was one of the features that was a bitch to activate. We're going to turn the Vic spawn rate.
50.
Maybe 50.
Felt like 50. All right, well, I'm not editing that again. I mean, what did you guys mainly get from the zombies? Like crap or
Chem lights.
misc stuff?
Chem
All right.
lights.
Yeah, that's good.
Tactical
red
red
flare.
flare.
Yeah, that's good.
Legit.
It was like it was food or water. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
useful shit. Nothing they can actually kill someone with. So
That's good.
Ammo.
Yeah, ammo.
So
I
here's the deal.
found
Here's the deal.
on
It pulls from it pulls from the common drop table. So you might find a civilian mag, you might find a chem light, you might find food, you might find a tent, that sort of shit. I'm gonna turn the Vic spawn rate down. How I'm gonna do that is I'll have to add a shit ton of like duplicate recs in the rec pool because it all pools from the same pool, which I think is dumb, and it doesn't let me set percentages between recs and actual Vics. But yeah, it's because everyone was able to get a Vic very quickly, and that was I need to find a mod or write a script that damages Vics when you run shit over.
Yes, please.
Because
as fun as it was,
that
to run
was
over
very
hordes of
abusive.
zombies.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I literally remote controlled a Vic just to kill not a Vic, an AI just to shoot at Frost at one point because he already ran over, or someone else in his group already ran over two AI in the one patrol that was on the map. And I was like, like, fuck me. But speaking of which, patrol AI, I gotta check them out. Because the other AI are fine, but for whatever reason, patrol AI was spawning like 30 mags.
Oh yeah, no, a shit ton of mags and varies in how much ammo are in them. Like some have one ammo left in it, others have a full mag. It'd be really ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's meant to be the partials. I thought was a cool idea, but I checked all of the other AI and they were fine. So it might just be something weird in the patrol section, or based on the loot table we have making everything client side, it might be doing something weird like that. So we'll have to verify that for the next test.
Quick thing,
Vanilla. Yep.
The cars, you were saying you need to make something that damages them. Those cars, yes, they're really good at killing things, but they were also like they felt like they were on the edge of armoring into the abyss at times. Like it was do it at your own risk if you want to die.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I still want to take it away because I'm mean, and it's supposed to be a little hardcore. So I already said the vanilla bandages and blood bags thing. I'm gonna take a look at the darter drone spawns because that's under the military backpack drop table, and yet I found like 5 of them as you guys were looking through the town. So I gotta look into that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get rid of the hatchback sport.
Can we pull plasma out of there? Because I think I found like 4 or 5 plasma bags.
Yeah, there was.
They're still usable.
So plasma, saline, and blood are all kind of interchangeable.
Okay. If they're all interchangeable, then no big deal.
They're all technically interchangeable. Do note, I took away a lot of the blood bag types, so you won't find 250s and 1000s anymore. You'll just find 500s.
Yeah, I only found 2000s. Or 1000s, I mean.
We found a lot of 1000s.
All right, I'll have to check
Fun with
the
them.
drop table to see why it's
my-
doing that. But
My issue was I went through a whole town and I found 2 1000 liters and no bandages. So
yeah, so that's just luck of the draw, even with the medical thingamajig. And this was the medical like turned on a multiplier of 3. So I think when I go into the drop tables and put I'm gonna literally like put a bandage in all of the arrays that are supposed to be blank. So hopefully that'll also increase the bandage spawn. But it's difficult because the way it's having me do things, with the multiplier, it should have spawned more medical than anything, but I didn't really see that. So, fuck me. But I also think that's because the arrays are being weird.
Probably.
So, with all of that said, please now go into the Zeus feedback channel and write anything additional. Oh, right, and I'm deleting the Huey rec because A, we have lootable chopper crashes. I don't want people to get confused, and B, prior to all of the individual and the other group tests I did, the Huey decided to spawn in a bridge, and 4 of you pointed that out throughout that operation. So.
Anyone else feel like the zombies were a bit too easy to down?
Yeah.
Liru, you say that until they started swarming you.
Yeah.
Then, that's how zombies works.
Liru, I just have a question. Aggro range and the speed of like the running zombies, are they supposed to be faster than a sprinting human?
If you are sprinting with a gun, they are even. If you sprint with your weapon on your back, you can outrun them.
I didn't even have a gun and I was being outrun by those things.
Then your connection sucks and it was causing you to be slower.
Lovely.
Not even kidding. If you are like desyncing or having a bad internet connection and Arma's having trouble like placing your position, you will run slower. And if you don't believe me, just go into a sprinting contest with Andrewza. You'll always win.
Good thing.
Like I remember Zeus in Op a few months ago, and his sprint speed was literally half of everyone else. It was ridiculous.
For Andrews.
Yeah.
Lag switch.
So I'll see if I can, because a lot of these changes are very quick. I'm going to look at Wednesday's schedule, see if I can do like an hour-long test on Wednesday. And this is just to test the new drop table. Because I'm going to switch it to a different type, and hopefully that'll fix the loot rarity issues, and then everything else I've written out. So I'm going to take a small break, go get some water. I'm going to stream that development, and then I got to work on tomorrow's ops somehow.
This was fun.
Remember to sleep.
Hey, Liru, is it intended for the vehicles? Let's say a fucked up Jeep. I keep on finding fucked up Jeeps, but like inside the inventory, you can find a good wheel. Is that supposed to happen?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have spares.
They can
The Vics that spawned didn't have cargoes, like ace cargoes.
Yeah, they all had spare
That's fine.
wheels and ace cargo. Okay.
Oh, wait, they all had spare wheels and ace cargo, or
No,
did not?
not all of them. Not all of them. A
So
lot of them. But
hold on. So you're saying some had spare wheels and some did not?
No, all have
Yeah.
spare wheels.
The ones
okay.
I found didn't have cargoes at all.
Oh,
the ones I found. I
Well, that's
found one
because
that
someone
had
else
a
We're talking about drivable vehicles, right?
Yes, drivable
Yes.
vehicles like that.
Yes, those did.
Let's see. So
So
That was jacked by other
there shouldn't be anything in the mod that interacts with the ace cargo settings. So I think that was just a client issue on your end.
maybe just me. Okay, weird.
Because everyone else was saying that there was stuff in the.
It is an ace default that vehicles spawn with one tire or one spare track. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might take that away.
There was one on a bridge that was a, what do you call it?
Yeah, because especially that.
Just so you know that some people could take off the tires from the cargo.
Quad bike on a bridge had no cargo, and then the helicopter that's beside that barn had no cargo.
And so you think that in the heli there should be a spare tire? Okay, then.
No, but there should be a cargo you can access.
Quick break. Did anyone else have an issue with ace cargo?
Yes.
No.
The hatchback sport that we found, I checked the cargo. Well, tried to check it, and it wasn't even popping up in the interaction menu. It was a vehicle. We could get inside of it, and there was just nothing.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a bit of a low priority issue for me. In fact, I might just claim that's a feature. Because if it restricts your access from getting extra spare wheels, then yay.
I can confirm, Liru, that the hatchback sports do have an ace cargo. It's just located weirdly. Instead of being in the middle of the Vic, it's near the engine block instead. So that's probably what it was.
Yeah, no. I could hear the thing. I ace interacted to get in that vehicle, so it did not. It didn't show up as a cargo because for me it just showed up as section.
It's been Bethesda'd. It's a feature, not a bug.
So, some people have a higher search skill. Clearly.
Yeah.
You gotta level up your skills here, guys. Come on.
Thanks for the up. That was a lot of fun.
I'm gonna look through your feedback. I'm gonna go take a small break, but I'm gonna get off the TeamSpeak, so I'll see you guys later.
Bye,
I
Liru,
like
thank
the
you.
detail. I like the detail with the jail cell with the zombies inside. That was a good detail.
That's just zombies spawning randomly, but they will spawn in some buildings like the jail. So
No, they're literally like spawning inside like a prison at the.
Oh yeah, that dynamic prison. Yep.
meters from me.
Yeah, at the castles.
Anyway,
A lot of fun. Thanks, Drew.
yeah. Next test hopefully will be tomorrow or Thursday, depending on when I can find time.
Were
I'll
these
announce it.
zombies supposed to spawn so close to you?
Yep. See you for now.
Had one spawn right in front of me.
I think with some of the spawn rates, it's because, especially like that was on the tail end of the mission, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so at that point, the server was starting to struggle a bit because there was literally a group of people all the way on the northern side of the map, and there's a group of people all the way on the southern side of the map. The frames were still fine with a few hiccups here and there, but when you branch off that much on this size of a map, the server's going to slow down a bit because it's accounting for literally 3 different quadrants. So that's probably why.
Okay.
Is there a particular reason like loot seems to just like shoot out of the ground if it's on a building? Like there's nothing on the ground, but once you get on top of buildings, you're just tripping over shit.
Like, as in the loot was floating?
No, I mean just like I didn't see anything on the ground. I never got a weapon, never got a bandage or anything until I got on top of a roof, and then I was just surrounded by everything.
So you mean the loot was spawning on the roof?
Yeah, just exclusively almost.
So I did notice that on a few buildings. That's just how the mod works.
Okay.
It
It's a
just
feature.
works. It just works. Little lies people buy, money flows. It just works. You know that?
Jesus Christ.
I love
That
that
was
song.
very bad thing of
Fuck
saying.
you,
go get some
Slushy.
food, Liru.
It just
Please
works.
do.
Alright, so here's the deal, guys. I gotta get a drink from all that talking, so I'm gonna boot up Twitch because I don't have the panel on OBS that lets me play some ads. I'm gonna play 3 minutes of ads, and then we'll be back, and I'm gonna turn the Skyrim music back on. So, BRB. Artichoke. So, now we're gonna change up the title a little bit. So, test. And this is now gonna be done. And Eden POV, and I can get rid of that multi-link. Let's now go into our commands here, write out the multi, back to just my name, and then mission with the conclusion of Dev Test 2 for Project 12 is working on bits from feedback and posted notes. So come on in and chill. Okie dokie, artichoke. So, now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead, hit the back button, and we're going to start editing. So I'm literally just going to go through my posted notes and then put them in my little trash posted note pile. And then I will go through my DMs. So, let's see. Let's boot up the scenario. And which posted note do I want to start with? I say that because I just looked at the first one. It's write the blank arrays, and that's gonna take me a hot second. You know what? We gotta start somewhere. I made my favorite type of Korean iced coffee, except I forgot the ice this time, but that's okay. And I am just going to do what I can. So settings, add-on options, we're going to go into this stuff. General loot. So when I turned all of those down, it worked. Honestly, we're just going to turn launcher spawns off. The rifle spawn rate was fine. And the launcher spawn off in there. And we're also going to just turn off the explosives. Civilian grenades, I don't want to be a thing. Explosives, I don't want to be a thing. I'm going to turn medical up to 5. Excuse me. And then for this... Will it take 0.5? No, it has to be a whole number. God damn it. Ah, frickety, frackety. Enter key. Yeah, so it has to be a whole number. Grenades, explosives I'm going to turn off in there too. Medical, we're also going to turn up to 5. And all of that should be A-okay. That should fix the issue in on itself. But just in case, I'm going to go into additional loot. And let's go ahead and grab the vanilla stuff. So in all honesty, if I just grab this... Put that in, that should be A-okay. Because that's vanilla, but it'll convert when they pick it up. I don't know why those weren't blacklisted, but they should have been. Yeah, that was out without that checked off. So anyway, we can cross off blank arrays here. And on top of that, I put the VD stuff in all the blacklists. Add the dynamic scenario mod. That'll take me a little bit of time. And I gotta edit that. Check military gun drop table. And then I also gotta go to whitelisting here. That's not what I want. So, I mean, the M4 is in the military table. I'm just checking for any possible issues in the comma spacing. And then I saw some people having issues with the MP7A2, so that's something server side I'm going to have to check out. I'm going to have to write that down. 7-2 up RHS on server. But I think it was just acting really rare. Because there were a few M4s and they were claiming they got them from the floor. Because I don't see anything broken with that array, so I think it was just being super rare for whatever reason. But I can go ahead and get rid of this sticky note. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it because we have to do the dynamic scenario thingamajig. Let's see. Mod that damages Vix when run over. I'll keep that, because that's something I gotta do. Patrol AI having too much ammo. So how we check that is we go under AI. AI patrols. Min patrol size, max patrol size. Additional. So yeah, there was a 4-man patrol, that makes sense. I don't see anything for their gun magazine counters, though, so that has to be taken from here, which means it had to have been some sort of client-side spawn-in, because the additional rifle mags, we're gonna drop that to 1. But I think that's because of the loot system, so we'll have to put that on the list of stuff to text for next time. Vanilla bandages, we put that on the blacklist. Darter drones are too common. Okay. Let me look under military loot again. So this is civilian. That's awkward. There's some construction vests in this loot table. And some regular uniforms. And... wow, it was still... that array was broken, but it was still spawning ace gun bags. That's amazing. Alright, we're gonna write out that UAV backpack. Even though that's not the one, we're just gonna take that out of the civilian drop table. So we're gonna copy that, because I'm willing to bet it's broken under whitelist too. It's not broken under whitelist, but that's fine. And you know what? I'm gonna write out the Alice packs too, because those are a bit too OP for what we're doing. Because they just add a shit ton of carry gear. Because we still got to think about balancing. So, you know, messenger bags and ace gun bags for civilian. I think that's good enough. So, let's cross that out. So, darters fixed. We're going to delete the hatchback sport from the rec pool. That's going to be under here. Oh, that's the MP persistency. So, heli, light, civil. That's the MD 500. Here's the hatchback sport. I hate that thing. But now I need to find the Hueys here. We're going to also delete some of these Vics. Quad bike I'll keep. The bomblets. Then here's all of the garbage. And then I'm going to get rid of the Blackhawk wreck. Because we have dynamic helicopters now that actually means something. And we're going to get rid of the UH-1 as well. And that should be everything. So even though we had all of those wrecks, statistically it was going down. So I might have to put it to low just on principle because I think the values it's splicing for damages is just too much. But nonetheless, let's I still want to make it as lootable stuff, so we're going to literally just put down what I know you can loot in the game. So now we're going to take array names here. So find just all about getting in the rhythm of things. Yeah, my mind always wants to go to attributes. Worst comes to worst, I'm literally just gonna like copy and paste. I did it again. Copy and paste the rec list like 20 times. And that should work. I blanked out. Yeah, vehicle damage I like. Intact vehicle ratio. Yeah, to be left undamaged, we're gonna make that 0. But alright, let's see. That's everything I want off of that sticky note. Wolf and Slushy are DMing me stuff. Cool. I'll deal with that in a second. Take out spare wheels. I gotta go under Ace for that to see if I can even do something like that. Ace vehicles. Disable auto engine shut off. No. Hide eject action. No. Speed limiter step. No. No, no, no. Maybe it's under Ace logistics. Enable cargo. Paradrop time. Load time coefficient. Can I disable the spare wheel? Add spare parts. Delete that. Alright, cool. So that bypasses that issue. So take out spare wheels. We can cross that out. Turn zombie spawn down to 10. So we're going to go from 10 to 15. Global population limit, I'm going to keep at 250. Everything else in here was working fine. Can grab equipment, that would be so mean. I'm going to turn this up to 4. Just to make them a little bit more messy. Set the global drop rate to server side. Okay, so settings, add-ons. We're going to go to... I gotta remember where it is. I think general? Okay, enable one-off loot spawn system. Spawns loot into the world once, no respawn until server restore. Hardcore biatch might be heavy on your mission/server, so if so, keep spawn chance position below 15%. This is not meant to be done alongside dynamic loot. And then dynamic loot enables the dynamic loot spawn system. It will spawn loot around. Alright, so that's my issue. I didn't read each player properly. So we're going to turn that off and turn this on. And then the spawn chance, we're going to, keep that at 10%. So that's what we need. Chance to consider buildings, set each to be considered for loot spawn. Set chance for loot to spawn at each building position found. What's the difference here? So every building's considered. Set chance for loot to spawn at each building position. So all of them are considered, but it's only 10%. That's kind of weird. Offset loot spawn Z access. Yes, and we want this lowered to 0.3 meters because stuff was still spawning a bit in the air. And then all those ratios we did fine. I might tweak some of these to make them higher than the others. But we'll see what happens when I set medical to 5. If not, I'll just start proportioning things a bit better. But anyway, we can get rid of that. Add boats. Okay, so that's really simple. All we have to do is go to AI. Go into boat settings. Or is that under sites? That might be under sites instead. Boat sites, we're going to turn this up to 12. And then I need a list of class names for the boats. So really simple, I'm just going to decide what boats we get. Let's see. Now, do I want my boats to have guns? Yes, but I'm not going to use 3CB. I'm going to keep it on this. So we're going to do that. We're going to do this. That's a mod. We're not going to do speedboat miniguns. We'll do that. RHIB. Then again, that's part of HAFM, so no. The PKM tug. So, are we just gonna do those two class names? I mean, might as hell. Like the Poseidon to troll, but this is meant to be a team game. So, we'll just find that settings, add-ons. All right. Water radiation, I don't think there's anything I can do about that because I already tested it. It gives you plus 15 rads per that, but if I really wanted radiation to be a threat, I would add more radiation zones, but there's no way for me to increase that. So, or I could be a bitch and do radioactive rain, but now we're not going to do that. I enabled the offset. Did I not? Don't screw with me. Yeah, offset is enabled, and I have it by -3 meters. Yeah, 0.3 meters. Cool. Remove heli-rex. That's done. Water radiation was checked. Nothing I can do about that. Looting zombies works. And turn Vix down. That's done. I'm going to set Rex to low. Just for the next test, and we'll see how things go. So that's going to be done under vehicles, and we're going to set that to low. Cool. Now we're going to... Actually, I'll do this off of my phone. We're going to read feedback. So, what does Sniper will say? On its own, meh, but as a backdrop to some type of SF insertion with objectives, probably... Okay, cool. Let's see what Slushy has written to me. He's saying that I'm gay. Okay. I'm actually bi, but when does that matter? Also for testing suggestions, adding a bit more guns in base so people can defend themselves? No. The reason for that is it's, again, for what Project 12 is going to be, it's going to be like up to 12 people. So 3 guns for 12 people or less is pretty balanced, in my opinion. But because these tests have been with, like, you know, in the 20s, yeah, the guns feel a little off. But it's my job to disseminate the good feedback and the feedback I can ignore. Alright, let's see. For testing, but nah. Too many explosives, not enough food, etc. Like 1 in 4 zombies had loot, which was good. Rad's not really a threat. Helicopter crashes were weird sometimes. UAV bags spawn somewhat commonly. Medical abundant, but not a lot of bandages. Yep. Available weapons seemed okay. Only saw some AR-15 platform shotguns, 1 M14, Lee Enfield. Otherwise, yeah, lack of bandages. Vanilla medical kits spawn on occasion. I mean for medical, vanilla to spawn because they can pick that up and then Ace will convert it into bandages, which is another thing. Kind of useless with our medical. That's another good point. But again, it's just to add the bandages because zombies will do small attacks. So even a basic bandage will patch up a small wound. But when you get your bullets and stuff, whatchamacallit, like when you get your elastic bandages, when you find a few of those, because they do exist in the world, it's going to be better. But I'm hoping with the new medic multiplier that it goes up a bit more. The guy had 20 mags to start, but dwindled to 7 mags, probably because after repack. So, yeah, I gotta see why they were doing that. If not, I'll just edit their max multiplier so they don't even have a spare mag. Found Doomsday rounds, but no gun for it. Had a great time. Maybe needs more pistols to help combat zombies if the car is going to get nerfed. Yeah, so again, like, loot rates are good, but what I think I noticed is a lot of people didn't use both Ravage and the new loot system. They just used the new loot system because it was really abundant. That's going to get changed with the next dev test. 8 out of 10 had fun. Not too much bad with an IMO. Not a lot of lootable wrecks. Maybe should be more. We did add a bunch of new lootable, like, trash piles and stuff to combat that. Needs more bandages, morphine, epinephrine, tourney splints, enough of blood. I agree with that. Again, hopefully the multiplier will help that. If not, I don't know. We'll jack that up to 10, maybe. More bandages, please. Otherwise, good concept. Yep. Found enough explosives to take down a whole town. We fixed that. Vics were good. I'm turning that down because Vics were way too damn common. If you get a Vic and get out, yeah, you get full stamina. That's an ace bug. I can't fix that. For regular bandages or add a tattered cloth for heal. I'm not adding ace items. That is a gigantic pain in the ass. In general, felt good. Minor areas were lack of bandages. Abundance of launchers. Launchers we wrote out. Loads of explosives. We wrote all those out. And I wrote out grenades in the civilian pool. Damage from zombies felt fair and gave time to adjust in small engagements, but could quickly build up with multiple zombies. Good. Also, zombie spawn rate seemed a little high per area. We turned it down a little bit, but a good mix of runners and walkers. Cars were an issue I'm already aware of because they were running things over. I could just write a trigger for it and then make it assigned to vehicles, but I'd have to learn how to do that or outsource that. I got the time to learn how to do that, but still, it's like, you know? Radiation was present, but a non-factor at current levels. I don't think there's any way for me to turn that up, other than maybe add, like, a few radiation zones of my own. But again, that's going to be like for when we actually start hammering out the official scenario. Perhaps the chemical warfare mod could be used for these areas. Fuck no. Oh god, that mod. Oh, fuck the chemical warfare mod. The reason I say that is it causes such nasty desync spikes because for every player on the server, it checks constantly if there is a chemical going off, and it can desync the fuck out of your server. I do have a script that works with map markers for that if you are wanting it. I don't want to deal with chemical warfare. Would need minor modification. Yeah, I don't need that. Because at the end of the day, I don't want it to be highly lethal or anything. But that should be a-okay. So let's go do a loot run off of single player and see if the bandage rate has gone up. So when they say doomsday rounds, they just mean the HE rounds, the high explosive. They're just not called doomsday. So overall feedback was good. I still have to add in the additional things I want to test. While this loads, I might actually have a chance to check quickly. So weekly schedule Wednesday. Wednesday there is an 11 to 1:30, and then there is a 2 to 4:30. So I could schedule another test for like 6 to 8, and then the 506 stop is at 9. Why is that saying it's a vehicle? What? That's the TFAR radio backpack. Why are you classifying that as a vehicle? That's giving me a heckin' confusion there, okay? So now if I teleport up the road, I want to see how many cars spawn, because right there you just saw a trash pile, trash barrel, and that's lootable. But yeah, I'm just gonna like teleport up the road and shit. But now that it's set to low instead of medium, I'm not even seeing wrecks, so I might want to turn that up, maybe back to like high or something. But at least I know it looks like low works pretty well. Hey, Ranger. How you doing? I'll admit, I'm glad you didn't join me back in 2016, because I had some pretty nasty teething issues. I became a bit of an asshole between 2017 and 2018, and I deeply regret it, but now I'm a lot better. Yeah, so with low, we eventually find a vehicle just somewhere, but that's just a single one, so I might actually keep that setting. I just wish we'd have more dynamic wreck stuff, but let's walk around here and see what loot we find. If we find any loot at all. Moshi moshi, wee woo desu, where's your loot? Loot? Hello? Loot? Loot? Where is the loot? I feel betrayed. Loot? Nothing. Lamau. Well, if we go back to everything being rare, that's not the biggest issue in the world. Loot? 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 I also have a sneaking suspicion if you teleport up to buildings, it doesn't show it in the drop table. Like, it doesn't display the loot. So it's like, rah. mine. Watch this. I did something that just decided to break all of my loot tables. Loot? 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 I'm gonna have to check the frickin' class name of the radio backpack, though, and see why it did that. Maybe the negative 0.3, like, lowered the loot into the ground. No? No, it did not. Hello? Loot? 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 Maybe it put it in the ceiling. Loot? That'd be pretty funny if the offset, like, knocked it into the ceiling and it's like, look up. Oh. Loot? Loot? Where did my loot go? Where'd my loot go? Where'd my loot go? Where'd my loot? Where'd my loot? Where'd my loot? Where'd my loot go? Why would it be in the ceiling? Because the offset command, I might have wrote it wrong and it went 0.3 more meters into the ceiling instead of going down like I thought it would when I put a negative. Look, I already found it. They put the fucking blacklist button in the goddamn whatchamacallit. They put the combined the Ravage drop table into the blacklist in a fucking. They put that in the blacklist section, so yeah, like it's already dumb in my opinion. So I'm rambling. Okay, this should spawn shit. So I might have just broken the drop table some. Armad. Yeah, there was supposed to be stuff that spawned here. So I might have just somehow broke my drop table. I'm going to go ahead and key these zombies. I'm going to run up to the next town, because maybe it's because I'm teleporting up to the section. So if I just run around, that should be a-okay. If not, I'm just going to set the percentages up to 100% for both of those things. And we'll have to see why it's broken. Yeah, so all of the loot should have already spawned, and there was just a big lag spike right there. So was that because of zombies? It might have been because of zombies. But that might have also been all the loot just actually, like, initiating into the world. Hello? Loot? I gotta take a stamina break. Alright, there was loot spawning on this stairwell when I looked at the test. Loot? Nope. 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 No, I did something to break the drop table. No, the drop table's totally fucking broken. I mean, worst comes to worst, I could literally set it to like 1% with that many people around, then the loot will be fine. But I don't know. Loot? Yeah, no, it's broken. So we're gonna debug. And we're going to first... I'm going to switch back to this system. Just to see if that new system is broken. And if this is still broken, then I know that that new system, that's not the issue. So now we're going to play my favorite game, Find the Hay in the Needle Stack. That's totally how it goes. Hay in the needle stack. Why does that feel like it's not? That's a thing. That's a thing. We're making it a thing. That's how it works. Sounds way more painful. I mean, that's what debugging is, right? Zombie? Zombie end key? Alright. We're just gonna wade through these needles as if we're playing Saw. And try not to die. Loot? Yeah, see, it's not nothing spawning in here either, so it's something in the drop table itself that's broken. So maybe it's because I have class names of stuff that aren't supposed to exist in certain sections. I killed the oh no, Chad became a zombie! Well, oh well. You know, I even joined the Discord for the channel that was running it, so I should really be asking them these questions, but it's also so much more fun to kind of discover these for myself. Plus, I'm sure you guys... Loot! 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 Loot, 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 loot. Let me through the fucking door! Loot, loot, loot. No. Loot. Dead guy. Loot. Oh, loot. Loot. Why in this one? Okay, no one decided to open this garage, which contained loot. That vest wasn't there, though. So, is that system just really, really gay? Loot? Chat again? I mean... Why isn't medical? Medical should be spawning like more than anything though. So why isn't it spawn? Why do these drop tables suck? Okay. So maybe that system is just broken. I'm going to do a few different changes here. First off, multiplayer settings. I'm going to just get rid of this. Because I feel like that might be causing issues if it's just in a different array, which it shouldn't, but it's Arma 3, so never rule anything out. Even though those are blank, they're not part of the drop table, so it's fine. Blacklist I'm keeping. General, I'm going back to this system. We're going to turn that up to 100%. So I think one just means that there will be entire buildings that don't have loot, and the other one just means that every building's considered for loot, but it's only a 10% thing per item. I disabled it. No, I fucking disabled it. Ash, I swear to God. Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this? Now I'm doubting myself. Oh, I doubt myself. God fucking damn it. Freaking. Oh. Yash, I swear to God. Okay, you were right. Okay. Get you next time. Next time. Alright. Loot? God, when I edit this down, and I'm gonna have like 2 minutes of me just saying the word loot, I think my viewers are going to get confused. You know what'll help me out? Looking at the Not Safe for Work section of the Necopara official Discord. Wow. Whoa. Oh boy. Oh, damn. Frickin' Minecraft, wow. I used to do that when I ran a Minecraft server. There was a plugin that lets you import any image and make it out of Minecraft blocks. And we ran this, God, my first Minecraft Expenditure, whatever, we made a massive multi-server where you started off in one server and then you could go to any other server. And we branched our server off into like 4 different servers. So we actually had to upgrade the server twice because of how successful it became. So it was like a constant 80-person thing. And mind you, I was, uh-oh. But I think that's lag purely because the server is making all the calculations for all the loot. Oh yeah, server being a desinky boy right now. That's a good sign, though. That means loot was all calculated. Now it's spawning dynamic sites. And it's spawning all the AI in. Yeah, no, we, it was all high school buddies. Fun fact, that's where I learned never let your best friends be your workmates, because what it ended up being was, out of the 8 of us that all pitched in for the server, only 3 of us were contributing to any development. So that all quickly fell apart. I swear to God it's because I'm teleporting, like, right up to the damn place. That's why the loot table's not working. That's why we only saw loot at the closest place. So if I check these back garages, even though the loot table's set to 100 freaking %, it's still not working. I'm gonna disable offset too. What is that? That's just a pile of trash. That's... Why are you not working? It's because the server's still spawning stuff, that's why. When the server is desyncing like that, yeah, alright, so it's gonna need like a few minutes. Well, 20 round max here off the bat. But yeah, I think it's not working because I'm just teleporting up to areas. Because it's always been finicky when I teleport to a place. So what this means is if I have to set it to dynamic, I'm literally going to set it to like a 1% range, because, I mean, 8 people times 1 is 8% per drop check. That's fine and dandy, but, you know, for... Yeah. It's spawning. It's spawning because it's causing that frame drop right there. Just I can't get to it. I was saying about Minecraft server and important images. All right, so there were multiple worlds. There was a PvE world. There was a PvP world. There was a testing world where we just played around with a bunch of plugins, and there was a creative mode. And the creative mode, we added a bunch of mods that you could use only in that world because it was technically a different virtual server. Oh, I found what Sniper Wolf was talking about with the bridge fucking with you. Yeah, just V'd out to get off. Yeah, so don't sprint on bridges, kids. It's bad for your health. And one of the plugins we had was or mods, I forget what they're called. We allowed people to import images, and within 24 hours, it was filled with Spice and Wolf hentai. Kind of my fault, but freshmen in high school will do freshmen in high school things. But yeah, no, we ran that for 6 months, and then got super popular, and then I ended up selling the server stuff, the IP, the admin accounts, everything, to a different group of people because it was my buddy Alistair and another guy, I can't remember the name. Samuel. And it kind of sucked because Sam died of leukemia that year, and Alistair was a year ahead of us. And then the other, 8 of our friends were not doing shit with it. But we were making a lot of money. No. So one of the big issues was everyone wanted a fair cut of the donations we were getting, because we made a few $1,000 actually. But it was only 3 of us pulling our weight, so I just didn't want to deal with it anymore because it was causing a massive strain in our friendships. Okay, we're not using that loot system. Holy shit. I'm gonna check in Zeus real quick. Yeah, so the zombies spawn in the water. This was where the funky wreck was, right? Actually, I might be too far because it's a 750-meter caching distance, but yeah, wrecks will sometimes spawn like this. There's nothing I can do about that. But yeah, I ended up selling the rights because everyone wanted a fair cut, but it was like, only 3 people are doing any work, so why would I give you a fair cut? Well, I remember the defining moment was 2 of our friends started actually they griefed the PvE spawn room, and we're like, why? And then another one of them started going on random servers and advertising ours, so then a bunch of angry devs from other servers came on and started DDoSing our server, and it was like, all right, I'm done. So from there, we're getting to Liru's Minecraft career back when I was called something else. Fuck. So from there, I worked with a different server, which was a drug farming server. We made it really, really popular. And we could tell how popular we were because at the spawn location, there was a bunch of private plots you could buy and pay for monthly. And we had a point where we had 50 plots, and we had 40 of them filled for 6 months in a row. So the guy that was in charge, he was making everything. I was just playing on that server, and then I found there was a night where the spawn plugin that controlled, protected all of the plots went disabled. So I went around, I took pictures of people that were griefing, and then I passed them to the owner. And then I will admit, after everyone logged off that night, I then went around and looted a bunch of plots. And I got my my money's worth there. So I got offered a mod job, which wasn't paid, and I got to loot a bunch of cool shit. So that was fun. So I modded that for a year and a half, and then that all fell apart because owner didn't want to pay for it anymore. And then the one server I will admit, because there's no way you're going to be able to track me, is I did 6 months of mod work for a group called the Shotbow Network. And the game mode I really, really liked in Shotbow was, I forget what it's called, but it was basically one guy was like a ghost, and then you could pick a bunch of different classes, and then you were trying to kill the ghost. We're not going to bug him. But I was one of the moderators for that because apparently not a lot of moderators were doing that. And I didn't realize this at the time, but one of the moderators in Shotbow worked at my first server. Not worked, but he was one of the guys that bought it from me. And then I found him like 2 years later, and he's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And then we struck up a conversation. Then he pulled some strings, and then I was, moderating that first 6 months. Yeah, you can. I'm sorry for bugging you, sir. Have a good day. So I did that for a while. And then I just got bored of Minecraft. And I also went through a phase where I didn't want to touch any video games, so I left that on good terms. There was also a point in time between the drug server I moderated for and Shotbow where I moderated for a different server. Which was really funny, and this kind of shows that I'm a bit of a dick. I still am, but I accidentally, and I say that in quotes, it was run by 2 co-owners, and I might have accidentally pitted them against each other. Because I was playing around with Mex's cheat manager, and I was doing stuff I wasn't supposed to, and I changed my character name to look like the co-owner, and yeah. I was being a dick. But that happened. Don't worry about that. But yeah, gave up Minecraft. I went on... See, I'm actually not really remembering my timeline here. There was a point... Let me make sure that a patrol didn't spawn up here, because I don't want to get shot. But I don't think anything's spawning with this drop table, which is really weird. I can just fly around in Zeus. So yeah, this version of the drop table doesn't spawn anything, so I'm going to have to use the dynamic one, which is fine. I just have to turn the percentages down because I don't see anything. Let me try one more time with the loot. No, we already saw that stuff spawn with the other one, so why bother? We're going to do the other one. So let me make that adjustment real quick. So let me think. Statistically, if we do this system, and I have 25 players on the server, the spawn chance should technically be 25%. Statistically. Let's take a look at that. But where was I? I took a break from video games because I was in International Baccalaureate in high school, and I was courting Bloodwing, and that was my focus. She was my dream girl. What am I saying? Was? She is my dream girl. Like, oh, man. She used to have this look where she'd wear jeans, she would wear like not military boots, but like, black leather boots and shit. Not leather, it was like biker boots and a leather jacket. And oh my god, just horny 17-year-old me. There was this one time when I was in culinary, no one would believe that she existed, so I finally brought her in one day. And I remember the person I was mentoring, because how culinary worked, at least for my year, was what? What is that script error? I didn't read it in time. God damn it. Well, we'll figure it out later. But there was... I'll just teleport myself up here. But yeah, so that's definitely... The lag in the beginning is that loot spawning, but the loot's not showing, so I don't know why it's not doing that. But I brought her in, finally showed her to everyone... And my level 1 partner, because I was a level 2, it was my second year of culinary, her name was Jessie. Really funny tomboy chick. Got along a lot. But she literally asked me, how much did you pay her? And I almost smacked her ass for that one. But, because she came to school. It was one of those rare days where she came to school in that outfit. And I absolutely loved it. Where's my loot? Where's the loot? We can make this system work. I'm just gonna literally have to test it with 8 players and dynamically change it accordingly. Yeah, so here, okay, so this is a good sign. Epinephrine, my first thing I find. That's good. But anyway, digression aside, back to video game career stuff. I then came back to video games on an on and off DayZ binge. The notable thing from DayZ is I was on the dev tester team in DayZ Origins. So I got to play with all the cool stuff. Like when they made the castle, I actually was allowed to guard the castle in So you got to pick it up, though, to activate it, so it kind of sucks. But, I mean, here's a backpack right here. But I want the vanilla stuff, because if you pick it up, boom, you get all of these bandages. You know, that's why we're keeping it. You get a tourniquet, you get splints, too. You know, so that's why I want that. But it looks like medical has gone up significantly, and that's good. Just I'm not finding anything else. But then again, that's what I want. 30-round stag. Here's an FAK, and boom. More bandages. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. But, yeah, I was a beta tester for DayZ Origins. That was fun. DayZ Origins, in my opinion, was the pinnacle of, like, the good of the Arma 3 community for DayZ. I mean, Epoch took it a step further, but there wasn't really any sense of centralized community. Don't get me wrong, it was there, but not at the level DayZ Origins was. Like, that dev team was cool. And out of, like, all of the toxic communities I was in, that was definitely the least toxic one. So yeah, overall, like, you know, for one position at a 25% rate, not checking other areas, I mean, this feels good. Just, I'm going to turn that from, like, 10% to 1%. But with the player dynamics, it's gonna, like, still round up to 25%. But with the amount of medical I found, so far, it feels better. But that could just be RNG, so I'm gonna still test. I don't know. DayZ has its ups and downs. That's really the best I can say about that. Why is everything floating? Because... So here's the issue with the floating stuff. Because of how the mod is made, some stuff will float higher than others, so even though I have the negative 0.3 meter offset, you're still going to have shit that floats. And the reason it does that is because when it gets the XYZ grid coordinate, it's trying to make sure that it doesn't spawn, like, in the ground with the building. But because of how wonky the terrain is, it varies greatly. So they're just going to have to work with it. Oh, man. And then there was my Warframe career. Huh. Fucking Warframe. Your immersion? I don't care. Warframe was interesting. Purification, that's nice. Because I decided to get back into clan stuff after a year of playing that game and being a Plat Baron. I was one of the scumbags. I can be Chad. This was meant to be. I was already Chad. It was already meant to be. I forgot I spawned as him. But I was one of the scumbags that would, during a special event way back when, I would buy the custom rare mods from people. I would wait 3 months, and then I would resell them for, like, quadruple of what I bought them for. So I would make a shit ton of platinum off of that. I never spent a dime on that game, and I actually ended up selling my account for, like, $1,000 because the platinum I had in my account was worth, like, 2,000 to 3,000. I forget the exact number, but it was in the thousands. Plus, I had a bunch of items that I literally said, hey, if you sell this in a few months, you'll get XYZ amount of money. And I walked the guy who bought my account, how to buy and sell items and stuff. So that was pretty fun. But I joined a clan, I'll drop the name. A clan called Pack West. Everything went great. And this, this is where the curse started for Liru. This is where Liru's join a community and big curse happens trend started back in like 2015. Maybe it was 14. I don't fucking remember. But I join it. Everything's great for 2 months. And then the leader steps down. And then new leader decides to make a deal with other clans because solar rails just came out and clans were being really greedy on the solar rails. So there was a group of people that took the rails and then you could put a tax rate on the rails and they decided not to tax the rails. So that was fun. But then this new group of people, which was an alliance of all these other clans, decided, hey, let's attack the rails and put a tax rate on it. And the point of it was that if, like, you would get the amount of solar rails that was proportionate to how much, like, players you put in for the PvP stuff. So what ended up happening was Pack West was doing, like, 80% of the work, but we only got 1 solar rail out of, like, the 8 we helped take. So finally, because this was back when they first released it, so Ash, which was a Warframe with Shuriken ability, was broken as fuck. Is this another medical kit or is this a toolkit? That's a toolkit. Cool. But yeah, I'm starting to not find as much medical. But it was broken as fuck because if you got leveled up and got the level 2 ability of it, you could just insta-kill people every like 30 seconds. And yeah, I used the shit out of that. I also used a set of Wraith Twin Vipers that would literally melt somebody if I got them close enough. And there was a lot of twists and turns in that map where things could easily get PvP very close range. And that was just a hand cannon that I would just massacre people with. But I finally pointed out while we were taking the Pluto solar rail, and Pluto was one of the endgame areas in Warframe. I'm not sure if it still is, but you could get a lot of good stuff on it. And I finally said to everyone in the Pack West TeamSpeak, like, hey, what are we doing? Like, it's been a month. We only have 1 solar rail. These guys have been, taking all the solar rails and giving it to other clans that don't even do any work, and we're doing all the work here. So I started running against them, and all of the people in that TeamSpeak started running against Ice, and then we managed to save that solar rail at 1% HP. And then a few weeks later, I got banned from the clan because of that. And it sucks because all the friends I made in there, even though they all thought that was like really unfair, they no one tried to stick their neck out because the leader was now in bed with that other power clan, and it was just a mess. But yeah, that group actually ended up quickly falling apart and moving to a game called Firefall literally 2 months later. Because even though I got banned, other people started saying, hey, why are we doing this? And people started turning on each other in the clan, and it just, became a giant mess. I'm going to try lowering the offset of the loot a little more, maybe to like 0.7 meters, because most of what I'm finding here is floating. But what I'm also noticing is there's still a gigantic lack of medical loot, even though we're here, Like, civilian guns seem to be the more of everything, so I'll rank everything up and stuff. So yeah, I probably caused Pack West to fall apart. And it sucks, though, because it was a really nice group of people. But that one guy that stepped up and took over kind of ruined it. And it sucks, too, because we didn't need to get into solar rail business and whatnot. We could have literally... Like, we actually had a solar rail when all that stuff started. And then the one time that the Ice Clan and all of its friendlies wanted to give us a rail, we had to trade our rail for it, and it was going to be a lower level rail. So it was like, what the fuck, But yeah. People on internet communities, man, they're fucked up. And Arma has been a really great teacher of that too, you know? Luton, what he did was kind of fucked up. Some people, when I hear about their dirty laundry, it's kind of fucked up. Me back in 2017, 2018 was kind of fucked up. Internet fame and YouTube and people, when they get power through any medium in the internet, gets fucked up. Gets fucked up really, really weird. So, you know, I warn people when they start getting popular, hey, don't let it go to your head, but it always does. And it's, you know, are they going to learn from that, or is it going to consume them, and will people end up leaving and stuff? See, like, here's the issue. This is a lot shorter than the other one, so I'm worried if I put that too far down, it'll start going in the floor. But at the same time, I'm gonna increase it to 0.5 meters, and I'm gonna ratio out some of the drop rates. I'm gonna put medical to 10, common items to like 8, and then guns and everything else should be turned down. If that still doesn't work, I have no idea what the fuck's going on. Notice I'm not even testing the Ravage drop table, because I know that works perfectly for what I want it to do. But at the same time, it's going to go up even higher when we put it at 1%. So we'll just see how things go there. Does physics apply? It should, theoretically. Then there was another phase at the tail end of Warframe. I did do 3 months of mod work for a Dark RP server. Yeah, the backpacks. Why are the backpacks and vests so fucking common? You know, it's weird. But yeah, and then took another break from video games after Warframe, because Warframe, it did hit me hard on a personal level, because, you know, I met all these cool people, and I also felt bad that, you know, I kind of did kill that community from what I started. But I would do it again in a fucking heartbeat, because that was just stupid. So yeah, shrug. Feels bad, man. Whatever. I'll fucking do it again. Really, like, I don't mind that the loot's super rare either, because that's what Trump wants. But I'm really gonna have to test, like, what happens if I do a 1% chance across all buildings. You know, if it's still too much, then I'll have to lower it. But I'm gonna have to get, like, 8 people, or get Drum, and we'll do, like, a test day. But at the same time, I don't want to do that, because I want it all to be a surprise. Ah! You know what I mean? I'm not, like, finding shit. Yeah, exactly, Adriano. I know I'm not going to last forever on this channel, so I'm just trying to do all the crazy, cool, fun stuff I can. Thankfully, I finally got my tax numbers back an hour ago. I'm not as screwed as I thought I was, and as hyped up as my tax guy was telling me I'd be screwed for. Again, a fucking vest and a thingamajig. Like, where's the other loot? We found a FAK and a medikit. Like, I thought we fixed it, but no, it was just chance. So, yay. Yay, spaghetti, yay! Yeah, that's good for not being screwed, right? A splint. So I feel like the multiplier is working. It's just, for whatever reason, the base values have, like, vests and shit turned up to wazoo. Quick clot. Oh, I'm trapped. way I say multiplayer makes me think I'm saying Markiplier. I had a phase where I watched a lot of Markiplier for a year. I then just got bored of his personality. Don't get me wrong, he has a cool personality. I just, you know, it was the same thing every day. Also, it was around the time I was starting my own YouTube career, and I'm going to be honest, I don't watch that much YouTube. I don't watch my own videos because I personally hate my own voice. And I still got to get back to my audio guide to test out new settings. Fuck, I keep forgetting. Actually, yeah, Yasa, aren't you my audio guy? I'm dumb. I've been a, yeah, you are, yeah. Sorry, I've been a train wreck the past 2 weeks because of taxes and money and, but it should be okay. It should be okay. It should be okay. Geiger counter. There we go. And a skate helmet. Alright, I'm going to adjust ratios. Life's hard. It's about time. I knew it was you, it's just my brain is stupid. I feel like I've completely lost track of what I was saying, though, but that makes sense. I ain't that smart. Actually, the multipliers are in here. Okay, so pistol spawn, it's going to go up to 2. Actually, no, we're going to put that up to 3. Rifle spawn, 1. I'm going to bump that up to... No, we're going to keep that 1. Magazine spawn, 2. Uniform spawn, 1. Vest spawn, 1. Headgear, 1. Backpack, 2. Goggles, 1. Items, 7. Medical, 10. Pistols, 3. Rifles, I'm going to bump that up to 2 from what I saw. Max melee weapon, turn that off. Magazine spawn, 3. Uniform spawn, 1. Vests, 1. Headgear, yeah, backpacks, 2. Goggles, 1. Items, 7. Medical, 10. Grenades, 1. Settings, we're going to turn it up to 100% because this is for the sake of testing. So spawn radius, sets the loot radius, save area will be excluded, so save zone, sets the size of the area around the player will know loot will be spawned for immersion. I'm going to turn that off. I just want to, like, if I can turn that off, because that's interfering with me finding loot where I teleport, because I feel like that range is too big. Yeah, righto, Admiral. Thanks for chilling. We're at 137. I'm going to work till I feel tired. And I had 1 pint of my Korean coffee blend, and I took that at 9, so 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 12 to 1. I should be burning out in an hour or 2 hours. I could take a 4-hour nap and be fine. Ah, shit, I was supposed to continue that ERP thing. Oh well, fuck it. Let's play Liru Q&A. If you have a random question for Liru, I will answer it. And we'll go from there. Don't worry about it. Immediately someone asks about the ERP. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Just trust me. Don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. It's A-okay. I'm going to turn Rex back up to medium as well. And end key the zombies. Let's see what we find. Okay. Fun facts. I had a Warcraft 3 binge. This was, God, like 2014, 15? Or is there no loot spawning? Ah! Where's the loot? Where, like, even if I teleport up to it, I think it just doesn't have a chance to spawn. Maybe because it's dealing with, yeah, so it's dealing with all the animals first. So I'm actually going to teleport back to spawn, and we're just going to walk up there, because I'm pretty sure the reason loot isn't spawning is because I've been teleporting while the server's building stuff. So it just gets added to the backlog because we find it after, right? So I literally think it's not spawning because we're just going faster than the server's providing stuff. So, Lamau. But anyway, Warcraft 3. I love Warcraft 3. I was on and off it all the damn time. Back in 2014 when I was playing with a good friend of mine, we tried a game called Fantasy Life because we were trying to play all of the big RPG style games. We didn't realize that was a role-playing game, and I thought it was kind of cool. And I didn't realize this at the time, but we were playing in a group that was one of the biggest ERP communities in Warcraft 3. For those of you who don't know what ERP is, it's erotic roleplay. It's just sexual texting, bad stuff. Long story short, because I don't want to get into it. My friend convinced everyone I was a chick and made a fake Facebook of me. He went way too goddamn into it. And I ended up becoming the leader of that community because I was active and I would step in and deal with people's issues because the current owner thought I was cool, and that ended up that was literally had hundreds of members in it, and I ran it for 6 months. Or was it 2 years? I think it was 6 months. I'll give you a range. It was in between 6 months and 2 years, and that's as much as I'm willing to admit. Look, here's the deal. When your ex, aka your first love of 2 years, is Catholic, and she has repressed Catholic girl syndrome, which means, especially in high school, when she's going through puberty, she decides to do a lot of experimentation with you. That doesn't do good things for your brain. So I'm a very sexual person. It doesn't also help that when I was a 7th grader and I went to my favorite summer camp as a counselor apprentice, an 11th grader took advantage of me. Oh, look, the zombies are aggroed on me. I'm gonna go end key them. And that also kind of started my sex drive, but yeah. I'm gonna be honest. You don't have to say you're sorry for me because I really enjoyed it. Because yeah, inappropriate. Okay, so here's the loot at 100%. So yeah, I'm willing to bet the reason we haven't been finding the fucking loot is because it was spawning while the server was spawning everything. So this is at 100%. And yeah, loot is plentiful. It's like a supermarket in North Korea, guys. Loot is everywhere. Just on the floor. It's amazing, you know. Oh, man, it's everywhere. Oh, man. Far as the eye can see. Beautiful. We found the loot. We found all of the loot. Wow, it's even spawning doubles. What were we testing again? Oh yeah, the multiplier. So even though medical is set to 10, I have not seen a single fucking medical item. Where? Game. Okay, there's one. That's a toolkit. Virus pills are part of medical. Elastic bandage, FAK. Okay, now it's still a little on the low side for me. But now based off of what I'm seeing, it's about 40%, which I guess is the best we're gonna get. Have I ever tried Hearts of Iron 4? No. The only game I've played of that type is Europa, which I enjoyed, but... On the bright side, I'm not seeing that vanilla bandage spawn. Alright, where's that one patrol? I don't even see it on the map. Okay, that's okay. We'll test it next time on the dedicated server. So let's back out. And I guess that's the best we're gonna be able to get for medical. Let me Google that. Why does Studio FOW ring a bell? That's why. If you ever give me over $500, you're going to hear a soundbite from their Red Riding Hood video. Because fun fact, a few years ago, an old friend of mine pranked me by breaking into my stream, my Twitch alerts, and replacing all of my donation and sound noises with clips from their from FOW's Red Riding Hood video. And I've kept the $1,000 one because I just love how he sounds like Patrick Stewart. Fuck me, I guess. Alright, add-on options. What are we doing? We are turning... I'm going to keep that at 0. We're going to put this down to... Next test, I'm going to do 5%, just see how that goes. And then we're going to lower that by 0.8 meters. I think Paradox's DLC model is kind of cool because it dynamically changes the game of how you play, so it keeps it more interesting. But it's also a little expensive. I could add medical loot to another category, but based off of it, like the medical loot looked like it was 40%, but that's why we're going to do another test to see how things go, you know? Because it's all about balancing. Because, again, I don't want loot to be super fucking common. Like, we're going to look at this tent up here, because I'm gonna work the mindset out for you guys. That's why you buy the DLCs on sale, guys. There should be 20 bandages in here. 25, that's even nicer. So, you know, a little bit of blood, a little bit of bandages to get, for like a group of 8 people, this is how you get going. There is enough loot in here to get 8 people sorted pretty well. For TSB T3s, that's probably going to be up to 12. But we're going to let everything spawn. Now it's going to spawn 30 animals, so we're just waiting for everything to initiate. Good God. More Q&A for Liru, because I'm in the mood. And I'm rarely in the mood. Except if it's that mood wing. That's a camp. That's a camp. Yeah, I don't know where my patrols went. I'll have to check that. Am I aware that Slanesh is the worst Warhammer god? I mean, the only reason I do Slaneshi stuff is because that's what the 700th assigned me. And I just, yeah. I just work with it. Because when I started at the 700th, I had no idea what 40k was. Hey, Dogman, thanks for the host. I love that. Twitch can probably ban me for that, but whatever. That's part of the game. What was your personal favorite op you did? I don't have personal favorites. I just have rolling favorites. And rolling disappointments. Like, the latest disappointment was last Monday. I don't think the server's finished spawning everything yet. I'm going to give it a second. Free. You'd like to see my Corn Zeus voice? I've never done a Corn voice. What happened? They all charged an APC and died, and then got mad because the Germans technically shouldn't have had the APC, and I'm like, well, you know, that's not what you should be complaining about, because if there wasn't the APC there, then I would just put a machine gun, and there was already an AT turret there, and it did, like, murder some of you anyway, so... Get good, question mark? Now, did the offset overdo it? And is loot now just completely gone? Because I might have set it too high, and now the loot that was spawning in here is now spawning, like, in the ground. But I don't see any of that. Maybe it's because it was still loading everything. So here's the dynamic patrol. I'm going to end key these guys, because I want to see how many mags they have. And the next time I have a big test, I need to check mag counts. Three and 1. I mean, that does seem fine. Maybe turn that down a little bit. Seems fine to me. Need to figure out how to get my Space Marine voice shit going since one of my blah 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 blah. Okay. I know there is a I'm gonna run into this town and see what happens, but I know there's some sort of voice modulator that does a really good Space Marine impression. It's just I think it costs like $60, but I know people in the 700, they use that to sound like Space Marines, and it actually sounds really, really cool. Are we planning on running this on a server with no Zeus? No. There is a possibility where I do make this into a, into something like that, but it's not on my to-do list right now. So I am noticing I am having to 2-tap. Wait, what? let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? But again, it's really just balancing the drop table, and I'm gonna have to balance it differently for 8 people and 15 people. That guy did a fucking cartwheel. But yeah, I am not finding anything. Like, what the fuck? Maybe I put the offset too high. But yeah, like 5% shouldn't be this low. That's a fucking... I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, because we do have server 1 and it doesn't do anything, but... You know, there is the potential to run it for a month. If I do make something like that, it's going to be another project. All of these are going to have to be projects because of the sheer amount of time I have to spend on them. Which is good because projects require funding and I could use some more funding. I could always use more funding. I need to come up with 4 more K. Then 6K at the end of August for school. Fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. But... Wait, what'd you stop using? Because the medical script was borked. TSB, so we did for 2 months have an Alive server up. And I ran a few trainings on it and had fun, but no one used it. It's, again, one of those things that, you know, people begged for, and then when we made it, no one used it. And that, okay, blood... First thing I find is a blood bag. That's not bad. I mean, in terms of rarity, that should be fine. There's a helmet. But then you gotta times this by however many players are gonna be on the server at once. Plus it makes the frames a lot, you know, makes them smooth. So, yes, this is more so the level that I know Drum wants. So we're good. Now I can just look at the rest in Zeus. But yeah, if I build a dedicated server, there's going to have to be a way for me to cache stuff. And that's something I'm going to experiment with for the next dev test. But, you know, we'll get there when we get there. So there's a gun bag. I mean, worst comes to worst, I do have the hospitals with loot, so... that won't be too big of an issue, and I can force AI to have more bandages. I can give them like 5 bandages via custom items. Ooh, excuse me. But that shouldn't be too bad. Fucking empty can spawned. I mean, since that is a water source right there, that's still useful. But yeah, we're going to try 5%. If it's still a little on the high end, I might experiment a little lower. But you got to also remember, that's only for 1 drop pool. You can still loot, like the Ravage drop table is still fine. And we originally balanced this to work with the Ravage drop table. So it should be A-okay. But I'm not seeing any more explosives spawn, any more launchers spawn, so right off the bat, there's more balance. Well, so the caches are just the enemy camps that spawn, and looks like a lot of them just spawn on the mainland over here. But what I'm going to go do now is go up to my handy-dandy area over here. I know for Project 13, I'm going to do what Sniper Wolf did with his DayZ server, and I am going to make a bunch of caches, probably like 5 or 6, and then put a bunch of riddles. And it won't have like a fuck ton of stuff that'll murder everybody. It'll have just a few cool things, especially medical. I think these are 2 types of magazines. So this is a 55A1, the other one's a 262, so I can't repack them. Ha! Barbed wire! Fuck your barbed wire. There's a community I play with now on Thursdays called TMTM. That's the one where Barb plays. And they're pretty cool guys, admittedly, but they don't run Ace Medical. They, no, what am I saying? They do run Ace Medical. That's a lie. I retract that statement. I'm sorry. They don't run Enhanced Movement. So, you have to, like, walk around stuff, and it took a little bit of adjustment, but I'm going to admit I actually kind of like that system because you don't have people vaulting over, like, barbed wire fences and shit, and it just feels a lot more balanced. What do I think of DayZ nowadays? Like, I played it for a little bit on Sniper Wolf's modded server. I thought it was really cool. It's a really nice insight of what Arma 4 is going to look like, because it's going to run a similar engine, and I'm excited for Arma 4 because of it. But I feel like DayZ is just... It just needs to be left alone for the moderate, like the modders to fix it, like, you know, any other normal Arma game. Because, like, legit, I don't think there's a point in them doing any official work on it, because the modders have already found so many creative ways to do so. I mean, there's even custom maps for it, like Deer Island. So give the modders more power and just let them go ham, you know, take the Bethesda approach. And just let the modders do modding. Yeah, because every time they update something, something breaks. And that's just typical Bohemia, if you ask me. So, admittedly, 5%, again, it does seem harsh. That is cheeky, isn't it? That's for thirst, but yeah, no. So that was honest to God disguised as trash. Let's be for real. Like, I could have given that a second glance, but I mean that was a drink. DayZ had a very difficult development story. Oh! Ha! 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 Ah! Ah! Colonel, get down! The Gwaul are overwhelming our position! Oh. I need... Fucking when we do Stargate in TSB, that's gonna be another project, because that has been such a pain in the ass. I have been going on and off on it for months. And it's literally just going to be... like, small scale. It's going to be a mission where I'm probably going to do it 4 times with 4 different groups of people, because when I put more than 20 people on a server with that stuff. I think it's just with TSB or something, but the mod just doesn't like me at all. I'm not gonna lie. If I was playing this game, I would want a fucking P90. Because the amount of ammo this thing has, like, it is a true submachine gun. Remember last night when I was testing the drop table and we were waiting around for a zombie to like Ow! That's why I don't play horror games. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I get scared easy. So anyway, I started blasting. Shut up. I'm embarrassed. Oh my god, I am super embarrassed right now. What was that noise I made? Like what? I've never made that noise before. Like, what did I just say? Yo, did that sound MP? Oh my god. I'm just hit my window. I think that was just a frickin'... I'm on the second story. Why is a random insect ramming my window? Gobi, please. Is that why you never finished Subnautica? Yeah, no, honestly, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. The reason I did not finish Subnautica on the stream was because I didn't want to get jump scared. I'll own up to it. I will own up to that. Because I get super embarrassed. And I don't think I'd have a panic attack. I just don't stream. I get super quiet when I'm embarrassed, and I just don't wanna. I don't want to be that, you know? Like... I can't entertain if I'm... Yeah. Just stay away from the Leviathans, but you have to go through the Leviathans to get certain things, to progress. Because I did a test run, and there were 2 times where a Leviathan just grabbed my sea moth, if I remember correctly, the name, and I screamed like a bitch both times, and I was really tempted to that guy was aggroed by the bullets. Oh god, there's 2 of you. Fresh magazine. But yeah. I screamed like a little bitch both times it grabbed me, because it was both from behind. I could hear it in the distance. I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And then, whoop, grabs me. Grabs the Seamoth to destroy it in that animation. I'm just like, ah, fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. Ah. I'm just gonna run through this building again to see. Let me actually go into Zeus. But yeah, look at all the zombies that came because I fired that spray. I don't think anything's spawning in the floor. So we should be good. But yeah, in terms of like the 5% drop rate, I think this is okay. But yeah, medical is going to be an absolute bitch. But we're going to have to do another dev test to see what we can do about it. And if it really becomes an issue, again, I can, to combat it, I can give, like, 5 bandages on the AI. Hey, Jimbo, how you doing? So if I were to go under settings, add-ons, go under additional loot, what we're going to do is we're going to... I'll make them elastics because that is the best bandage. And then we're going to go under AI. And we're going to scroll down to custom item. Custom... We'll set that to 10, and then inventory chance 100%. I'll set to 5. It's a little more balance there. I'm going to turn patrols up a little bit. Messing with the editor, nice. I think in terms of everything I want to edit, other than the multiplayer stuff, and looking for a mod that adds vehicle damage. I mean, vehicles are already rare now. And we added a bunch of wrecks to compensate, so that shouldn't be an issue. So here's the thing. Every hospital has a random medical crate that is somewhere in the hospital. So, and that has a nice cache of medical. So that is a thing. I've already planned for that contingency. It even says in one of these tasks, find medical supplies. Best bet would be hospitals. So, you know, that's all defined. We'll just see how things go. Can you not just add objects to find out? Yeah, but I want to make it more complicated. All right. I'm also going to admit it, my coffee is starting to crash. So I'm probably going to wrap it up here. I'm going to sleep for 6 hours. I'm going to finish up my fucking water. I'm going to hold off on new project funding until after Pay for Pain. Tomorrow we're going to do a dev stream for Pay for Pain's menu. Pay for Pain's already set up, and then maybe dev stream some just random mission design. So we'll run another test of this at about 6 to 6:30. And we'll run it for like an hour, hour and a half and test these new settings. I could always put some hospital or something, but yeah, like, again, there's more things we could do. It just depends on how much of a raise I want to write. But see you guys tomorrow. Go operate operationally. Thank you for chilling, and sorry for screaming like a little bitch. I feel so bad.